Life of Fernando.
That's my life. Right
Road killing a door.
Road killing the doors, cutting fingers, and all that stuff.
Hey, you don't have your sleeves on.
Yeah, look at that.
Why do you not have your sleeves on? I mean, today'd be the day to wear them.
I have this.
And then you rolled them up.
And then I'm like, I'll be fine. But then I'm like, oh, God. Anyway.
So sad. Hey, guys, how's everybody doing on this wonderful Monday?
It is a wonderful Monday.
It is a Monday.
It's cold. Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Ooh, some paid for full roadkill. Exactly. So in this car, we're doing the front doors, and then we're going to do the rear deck. Now, there's no speakers back here. They're in the side panels. But what we like to do is pull the rear deck out, put the Ultimate on the rear deck. Is it the Ultimate? What's the foam stuff?
The Ultimate.
Oh, it is the Ultimate?
This is the Stealth.
This is the what?
Stealth.
Stealth. So we do Stealth on the metal, Ultimate on the panel, and then we put fast rings, just the top foam piece, 6x9s, between here and the back deck, so the subwoofer will push all that sound up through there and it won't just get lost in here. So basically like the same idea that you do on the front doors with the fast ring, so that all that sound comes through there. We're forcing it through the same way with the fast ring in the back, because up in the rear deck up here, it's just, it's just all this. So we'll remove this area here where this is, so that we can get our sound up through here and up through this side over here. And as you can see, there's no big body control module computer amplifier here, so that means that this is a 7-inch screen, which means no amp pro, no funness like that. But we are still putting an amplifier in there, and we've cut this guy. So they make this, it's gonna sit like here. So remove this piece here, this piece here. We wanted to keep these two things for whatever they're for. And our amp is gonna go here with our crossovers. It was good seeing you guys. Thanks. We always enjoy when you come to town, man. It's always fun. You always give me good tips in my running. So this is gonna be the amp rack here. This is the front of the car that way. So this is gonna sit like that. So we have our two crossovers mounted over here, and our RCAs. So this is, just to give you an idea of what we got layer wise. So this is 3 layers tall, and it's 3 layers a 1/2 inch. And the reason why we did that, and then another piece of 1/4 inch here. So the reason why we did that is that on the floor here, see all these little tabs? So these are all screws that stick up. There's one underneath here, and then there's this one. This one we're keeping to screw in. That's where that little U-cut was. And there's actually, it'll go underneath there. So this is solid, this is not. So that'll all screw in, but all those, it just pushes into the floor and it stays put, which is really cool. And so our signal here is coming up with our bass knob through this tunnel. So a little C cut here. Speaker wires are all gonna go down this side. So we have the output, heat shrinked over the 16 gauge. And then we're gonna run all these out to up front. Now in this car, the battery's in the back. It's right there. And they run this giant power wire up this side right here, which kind of sucks for us because that's also the factory radio is in the kick behind Fernando. So our speaker wires and signal wires all need to go down this side too, which really stinks. So what we're gonna do, so we're not gonna do that. We're gonna come out this side here. Now this area here and this area here where the wires have to run, there's actually little humps in the carpet. So we're gonna have our wire come up here. It's gonna go forward, and we're gonna grab rear speakers, signal, and output here. We're gonna do the same on this side. So we'll come across, up front of the seat, back up and over into this one. And then we're gonna run everything else down this side of the car. We're gonna grab our wires here in the kick, run new tweeter wires up to the new tweeters. And then we'll come across the car into this kick where we'll grab that kick, that signal, and then up to the tweeter. So we're gonna stay as far away from that power wire as possible. Happy Monday, Bobby. Happy Monday. So that's what's going on in this Camaro. On a Chevy Silverado, using the iData, could I keep my factory GPS? No. They're not. They don't work that way. The GPS is built in. You can keep your factory GPS antenna. You can keep the antenna. You can get the. They make a GPS antenna adapter for that. I think it's Sat 2. Yeah. Sat 2 is the one that comes with all that. So you can keep the antenna, but you can't keep the actual. I'm assuming you meant the antenna. If you did, then yes, you can. What's better to tap a LC2i, front or rear speakers? Depends on the car, because let's say, for example, on a Chrysler, the front speakers are the speakers that have bass, and sometimes the rear speakers are actively crossed over. And you don't really notice it until you hook up a sub amp and you're like, I'm not really getting a lot of bass out of there. So if you don't have an RTA, definitely what you want to do is play some bassy music at a normal listening level and put your ear close to it and make sure that the sound coming out of those speakers is the bass. If it is, you can tap the rears perfectly fine. But that's how you'd want to check it, is just to see what is happening out of those speakers. Let's scroll back this way. Happy Monday. We got that one. You guys do awesome work. We try. Thank you very much. When are we going to see Dean Silver Camaro in the install bay? Yeah, no doubt, right? Who knows? 2 500-watt RMS 10s or 3 350-watt RMS 10s. Okay. One of my pet peeves in car audio is a 3-sub box. I hate them. I hate 3-sub boxes. They just, I don't like them. I'm not a fan. I like 4. I like 2. Never like 3. So, yeah. 310s might be louder. You're going to have more cone area. But then you have to just get the bigger amp and do the funky ohm load and then just do all that. Anthony's in the house. What's going on, buddy?
Yo.
We're going to see you soon. 3 weeks. You'll be in Cali. Hanging out at the Long Beach. How can I put front camera for 2015 Nissan Altima 2.5s with factory radio already has reverse camera? So Nissan uses a regular camera. So if no one makes a splitter for that, you could tie into the factory camera. Is it a VCI 21 or BCI?
BCI.
BCI 21 or VCI, video switcher.
Victor.
So I think it's a VCI 21 from PAC. It's a 2-camera switching system.
Switcher, yeah.
And you'd have to hardwire it in, and what you do is, no, that's not going to work, because
it's a factory.
you have to figure out if there's a reverse trigger. Huh. Maybe PAC makes one. Check PAC first. See if PAC make ones. I mean, you could do, because you can always force in the reverse trigger. But PAC might already make a module to do that. If they don't, you'd have to force in the reverse trigger. So if it has an analog reverse wire coming into it, which on that it might, you'd have to power that up. So you'd have to put a resistor in there so that when you toggle it on, it didn't send the wire back into the car. But then you'd toggle it on. You'd use the BCI, hook that up to the same toggle switch, and that would flip the image and force it in. So it's doable. It's just not going to be easy if somebody doesn't make a adapter for it. Have you done a 2019-20 Mazda 3 or 2020? No, I don't think so. Mazda 3, 2020s? 2019s?
2020, no.
I was going to say, I don't think we've done the new ones yet.
No.
Hey guys, I finally got to meet you in Dallas at Knowledge Fest, and y'all are so humble and as much as amazing. Dude, thank you so much. And if you're going to be at Knowledge Fest this year, we'll be there. Make sure to sign up for our class. If you're going to any Knowledge Fest, so any industry people going to Knowledge Fest, if you're not in the industry, I apologize. You can't go to a Knowledge Fest. There's 4 this year: Dallas, Orlando, Long Beach, and Indianapolis. We're going to be at all 4 of them. We're going to be doing our class. And then also I'll be at Atlantic City at the DAS show. Hopefully. That's the plan anyways. So that's what we have on the agenda right now. And of course, if you're in Long Beach or you live in California, we're going to be a Thursday the 6th. We're going to be going with Bobby. Yeah. Bobby D's Nuts. We're going to be heading over to the Peterson Museum.
All right.
Early in the morning. So I think we land at like 9:30, so we'll probably get there around 10:30. And, of course, over there by the Peterson Museum is the La Brea Tar Pits, the light poles, the suspended rock. So he's, of course, never seen any of that stuff, so we'll probably walk up the street and check that out. Super fun. And then we're going to head back to our hotel, which I don't remember which one it is. Stay tuned tonight. I'm supposed to tell everyone tonight. And then if you're in the area and you want to meet us, we'll be in that hotel till the wee hours of the morning. The Westin. So we'll be in the Westin Long Beach till the wee hours of the morning on Thursday. That's the only day we'll have to do any meet and greet. But if you're in the area and you want to meet us, that's where we'll be at. And yeah, so it's going to be fun. Super excited. And then, of course, if in Indy, it's the same thing. We'll be in Indy. We'll be in Dallas on those Thursdays. So if you're in that area and you want to say hi, you know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Whoa, hold on. What did I do here? Let's scroll down to the end. Where do you install a ground in a crew cab truck? Factory location or drill hole? Do you go through floor to frame? I typically don't go through floor to frame if it's a Ford, obviously. What Chinese loom do you guys use? Okay, hold on. Typically we just use the cab. We just ground it to the cab. That seems to work the best. The cab has really good grounding. The only time we go to the frame is if we're doing something in the bed, and in the bed we usually just bring it back through the cab. The cab is where they concentrate a lot of the grounding on, not necessarily the frame, because as far as drilling a new hole, typically in a truck, yes, we drill a new ground bolt in the truck. The only time we go to the battery is in a Ford. What size Chinese loom do you guys use for 0 gauge wire and a 6-channel RCA? So we like to use the 3/4. This stuff right here, we get this from Electroduct. You can buy it by the foot. That's the part number if you're curious about what the part number is. 3/4 inch lengths. So this fixed 6-channel, this fixed 0 gauge. That's our go-to size. It's awesome. Really excited about that. How you doing over there?
Oh, we're doing well.
Yeah, cool. So tonight is Monday. What does that mean, Fernando?
Tonight we're gonna have a show on Facebook.
On the Facebooks.
On the Facebooks.
Yeah, so 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be on the Facebooks taking your questions, talking, giving away some free CDs. Some of the Ask You This. Right. We got 2 to give away.
We're gonna give away 1.
We're only gonna give away 1 tonight?
Yes, because the other one is gonna be here in Instagram.
Well, we have 5.
Yeah, we give away 2.
We have 5. That's 3 left. I thought we were gonna give away 2 tonight.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. All right.
Slow your roll, killer. So we'll give away 2 tonight.
2 tonight.
Yeah, and then I have one guy I have to reach out from Saturday still, and the other guy already reached out to me.
Oh,
cool,
really?
Thanks. Going over some from WireCare. WireCare is also a great place. I got to get a hold of WireCare. I got to call them. I keep forgetting I got to get a hold of them, so I got to order more heat shrink. That's where we get all our cool heat shrink with the 5-star logos on them.
Oh, WireCare, man. Come on.
I know. All right, listen, we got to get back to work. I got to continue building out that amp rack. I got to get that knocked out today so that we can get all this in tomorrow and get it tuned and all that fun stuff.
6:30.
And I only got 3 hours left to finish it. It's going to be tough. All right, and Fernando's still got to spend the rest. He's probably got another hour on this, and then he's probably going to be working on that the rest of the day and part of tomorrow. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful night or day, rest of your day. We'll see you back here at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time for a Facebook show.
Right.
Cool. Bye. Yeah, right there, man?
Yeah. Check in my classes.
You got no class. What's going on, everybody? What is going on?
What's going on?
Yeah, nothing. We just finished. We just finished the Camaro.
Right.
Camaro is done. We'll show you that in a second. We just also got in a new M6 Mark II. Yeah, so we have the M100, we have the M50, and the reason why we're upping to this guy, here, open that up for me, is this has the new Digic 8 processor, so it's got better focus when doing video. And it's the form factor of the M100. Flip up the back screen. So you can flip up the back screen and it makes a great selfie camera, which is cool. So this is form factor wise just like the M100 that we always use. That's the one that always takes pictures of me when I'm talking and doing that. What makes this one nice is this right here. It's got a microphone input. Yeah. So we picked up this housing, the small rig, the small rig housing, the aluminum. We actually got them for all our cameras, but what makes it nice is they have all these inputs, all these things. So they make an arm that we can attach because what happens is where they have the hot shoe / cold shoe at for the mic, the thing is in the way. So we can mount the mic off to the side. So thoroughly excited. Just got this in. Didn't realize I ordered it in silver, but I really don't care because I think it was like...
Silver is cool.
I think it was actually cheaper to get it in silver.
It's like a retro...
Yeah. And I got the warranty this time so that when I drop it,
That
It
is
doesn't
smart.
cost me $280
That
to
was
fix the
smart.
microphone. Yeah. Yeah, I love that lens. Love that lens.
Oh man, this is the new one.
This is the new one. It's a pancake.
Yeah,
It's a pancake. So as you can hear the lasers in the background making noise. We got some lasering going on right now. But the Camaro's done. Let's take a look in the back. So grab the light, please, kind sir. He didn't want
I got it.
bring it with you.
Oh.
Grab and bring it with you. Do the Focal ISS 165s have good bass? Yes. Yeah, they have good bass. They have decent bass, yes. It's a 6.5, so it's not like it's an overwhelming amount of bass, but it's pretty nice. So he just wanted 110 downfire, and I had to convince him to go with a subwoofer. No nude photo shoots, Fernando. So we wanted to spice up the box a little bit. This is an RS Camaro, so we made this guy. This is black acrylic 1/4 inch. It's shiny, looks cool. And then we got the amplifiers in place.
What's behind the door?
How do you know if a car has a factory amplifier? So like this car didn't have a factory amplifier. If you pull the radio out of the dash and you try to tone the speakers with the car off and you get no sound, there's a factory amplifier, because that means you're not going from the radio to the speakers. There's something in the way, which is more than likely going to be the amplifier. So that's the easiest way to test.
All right, so what do we have in here?
You can also use a voltometer and check for your impedance, and if you don't get anything, then like a 4 ohm. But the tone generator is the easiest thing to use. So we have the Kicker Q Class 1005. We have the Hertz Milli Pro crossovers monitor over here. Everything is color coded and whatnot. All the wires come up. And if you saw yesterday, we talked about how there's 2 humps in the trunk. So this is the hump for the power wire on this side. This is the hump for the power wire on that side. Your power wire goes off into here. That battery is stored over here. So nothing signal-wise went up this side of the car. Everything, as you can see, went down, around, over, up, and then forward, and then everything crosses over as it goes through the car. So the rears come into here, and then they go over to that way, and then the front comes into here, and then it goes over that way. And we ran all new wiring up into the kicks and into the back of the car, so we didn't have to pull down that god-awful pain in the butt tuner on the other side. Yay. You okay? You getting into detailing cars?
Yes.
Yeah?
5-star detail, baby.
What audio install shop do you recommend in Dallas? So there's a couple guys on the show all the time. Is actually Wiley, Texas, which is just outside of Dallas a little bit. You have Loud and Clear Johnny. Give them a call and see if he can help you out. Hey, from Norway. What's going on? He's a good friend of the show. Actually, when we're going to be in Dallas in August, we'll be at Loud and Clear on Thursday. Hanging out. Let's go up front where it's quieter. This thing's super loud. Do we got anything else we need to show them on this? Oh, this will be over in 6 minutes. You can't even see the little thingies. So here's, if you saw yesterday, we had the little tweeter pods that we made, but you can't see them. You can kind of see it reflecting in there. It's so sad. So sad. The way you guys wire manage always makes me want to do better. Super clean. Cool. What about East Coast of Florida? Sadly, we don't really talk with anybody, or Orlando area. In Orlando, what's the chain store called? Tint World? Tint World. There's a Tint World out in there. I've talked to him. He's pretty cool. I haven't, they do like Lamborghinis and all that stuff. So, I don't know. Check them out. All right. Hello. Well, hello. How are you? Sup from Panama. Hey. Any good ones in Savannah, Georgia? Savannah. I know John Brattle is in cartoons. That's Atlanta. Yeah. So I know, it's like,
what are we looking for?
It's tough. I don't know all the areas. I'm no good at this kind of stuff. Might as well drive to St. Pete. You're funny. What's up, Dean and Fernando from Kentucky?
What's
up? First Coast Creations in Jacksonville. There you go. Let's see. Ever had anyone want like 20 speakers set up? Like hardcore. Not in a while. Hey, from Iran, what's going
up?
on? Have you ever got in trouble
up,
taking
Johnny?
all right, hold on. Well, this is a good one. Have you ever gotten in trouble taking an interior off? Hello from Iceland. In trouble? You mean have things? Yeah. I mean, it's what we do for a living. There's always a situation where something can go wrong. You know, we've taken dashes off. Like Nissan has a dash panel that we always warn the customer, only because we've taken one off and shattered it in a million pieces right in my hands. You know, we had to buy a new dash.
Yeah.
You know, some $300 later.
Pathfinders, Armadas.
Bobby, it's kind of what happens. I mean, it's the risk you take. I mean, we set ourselves up for the best result possible. We have all the latest tools. We know all the techniques. We read the disassembling. You know, when you buy a dash kit, it comes with disassembly. But sometimes in a car, you obviously just don't know. So you go slow. You just use and then sometimes you lose. Mm-hmm. It happens, you know. And when you do, you call up the auto parts store, you order a new one, and you put it in. That's how it goes. It's the cost of doing business. Sometimes, you know,
lose, sometimes you win.
know, the scary part about being an installer, you have to operate at 110% all the time. There's no, like, you can't come in and have a bad day, because when you have a bad day, it costs a lot of money. So you always have to be, and that's one of the that's why I have no hair. I mean, to be honest with you, that's why I have it, because it's just stressful every day. You know, you're constantly having to be on top of your game. And so 30 years of being on top of your game is why I have parking lots here and here, and a big, you know, parking garage back here with no hair. I accidentally left alive. What shop did you say in Dallas? Oh, Wiley, Texas, loud and clear. Ask for Johnny. And he's a big dude, and he will take care of you.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's big too. Big dude, as he says. I got sausage fingers. Are we almost done? Oh, we got
no,
almost
not yet.
done. No, it's got a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't show you what we're printing. It's a secret. But you'll see it at some point.
Mr. Install Bay.
Yeah.
What's up?
Flippity pop. All right, here, let's slow down here. Okay, is there a site where you can see how to take them apart? Yeah, YouTube. That's it. I mean, that's honestly when, you know, we're just like you guys. When we have a problem with something, we YouTube it. If we can't find it there.
When you're trying to replace a radio, and the dash kit that you bought, some of these they have.
Well, all of them have it. I mean,
just read it.
Dash kits are actually the easiest, because you just go to metroonline.com and see how to take a dash apart. They do a great job. Nav TV has videos for a lot of their stuff. Pack does okay on their super kits. They kind of all right on their other kits.
Metra is the best.
But it's like, you know, it's when you get deep into like taking the back of a car or a door or something like that, or a center console.
And, oh my God.
No, man. Yeah. I mean, you know, hopefully, you know, a lot of times you hope that you find some guy that did it with his phone and was recording like this and says, so like the first thing we're going to do, and you know, you're like, all right.
You know, Chevy Tahoe with the center console.
That's when you're like looking around your camera, just trying to get like the perfect angle. Yeah. Have you ever found a tampon behind a radio? I installed my buddy's new radio, and there was a tampon behind the factory radio.
No,
I found a lot of things. I don't know if I've found that one. I still think the bat was the coolest. The little fruit bat.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that one.
Before I bought the new phone, I was cleaning out all my old pictures, and I came across that. I kept that one, of course. But poor little guy. I've never seen cockroaches and bats. Apparently, man, he saw that bat. Little dude jumped out of the car. Not the bat. The bat was only this big. I mean, I had already touched it, and it didn't mind me, but he freaked out.
I was like, hell no.
Yeah, that was great.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
So I did have a lady once that kept blowing her cigarette lighter fuse. And so we're like, what the hell? And so my installer at the time that was working with me went up underneath the seat, and underneath the seat was a bzzz, and not the kind you use on your shoulder. And apparently on her way home from work every day, she was having a lot of fun. And yeah, so she kept blowing the cigarette lighter fuse with it. So we had to put in a bigger circuit so that whatever she was charging, wouldn't keep blowing the fuse.
Bigger circuit.
Yeah. My hair is reverse mohawk. That's a good one. What ships you recommend? I don't know any. Yeah, New York is a tough one. Yeah, we always just call Artie and ask him. You know, so if there's like a specific, so another thing you can do too is there's on a lot of manufacturers' web pages, they have like dealers in the area, and you can also find like who the rep firm is for that area. So, like, for example, like here, you know, if you go into Rockford and you say, hey, listen, I'm trying to find a dealer. You call up Rockford. I'm trying to find a dealer in Florida. I live in this area. Do you have a number for the rep firm that... And then you can call the rep firm, and you can talk to the rep, and the rep will pretty be honest, be like, yeah, go see these guys. So there's ways to find...
Frankie is the best. Frankie over there is just promoting everything.
Oh, yeah. I have a 2014 Durango switched out Uconnect. What you think about Kenwood DDI? Oh, I like that radio. I like that radio a lot. 706 is phenomenal. It's one of my favorites. Actually, it's funny. The 706 is what irritated me and why they didn't have a higher end version of it. So this year they are going to have a higher end version of it. So that'll be cool. New York question need replacement. Any suggestion on 2004 Element has factory amp Pioneer 4300 NEX Alpine speakers subs? I had asked the same question. Need a replacement amp suggestion for a 2004 Element has factory amp. Oh, with a Pioneer radio. All right, so you're going to take out... So it has a factory amp. We have an aftermarket radio. And we have Alpine speakers with sub. Nice 5-channel would work there. If you got to be small, I mean, Kenwood makes the 8105, which is really tiny. That would go in there.
1005.
The Rockford T1005 is also small. That could go in anywhere. Yeah. But I would check and see if those two. There's two swings in price points, so that'd be kind of cool. Happy with Glowforge model. Happy with the Glowforge model. Would you buy it again or go with bobber or smaller one? The bobber or smaller one. No, I like this. It is the right size for our bay. If anything, I would buy. What do we have? The Pro. It says it on the top. I just noticed it actually says it on the top. In the middle where the camera is, it tells you what it is. I know, right? We've been trying to guess. In the middle, on top? Plus. So we have the Plus. It's a perfect size for what we do right now. If I had my druthers, I would much rather have a big 4x4 laser. I think that would have been way cooler, but as you can see, we just don't have the room for it. So... Yeah, this is perfect for us and the amount of space that we have.
Shout out to Sean
the Camaro King.
Bring this is awesome, man. Thank you.
So, but no, as far as happy with the Glowforge, dude, love it. It's like the coolest thing ever. I mean, the amount of I'm gonna say fun because it is fun to build and design stuff. And since you asked about the Glowforge, I will tell you. Maybe tomorrow, because I kind of need a break from F-150s, but we shot a video today on making the speaker pods for the Camaro for the front using the software that we use and using the Glowforge. And so we're going to get that one edited and up so that for all you guys that are interested in a laser or you just like cool tools. Because, I mean, I know it's an expensive tool to have just hanging around and use on the weekends, but I like watching cool stuff too. Can you replace the radio, the Ford Sync 3 6.5 inch radio, not the 8.5, and it's an Escape? Ooh, I think the only people that make a kit for that would be Metra. So you'd have to definitely check Metra. Have you dealt with any vehicles that you can't disconnect the battery without the vehicle having problems? Oh God, yes. So many. Actually, anything that starts with an H and ends with a duh has an Honda. So like the new 1918 Honda Accords, probably the 2020 Accords. If you disconnect the battery and you're not ready to reconnect the battery, meaning like you're just taking it out like you're going to fold the seats up or you're going to do something silly, and then you like reconnect the battery. If you're not ready to drive that car, when you connect that battery back up, don't connect the battery back up because it wants you, as soon as that battery gets on, it wants you to start up that car and take it for a drive. If you don't do that, you are going to dump your pants later when you go to start that car up, but every single trouble light in the car comes on and goes, hey man, guess what? Every single computer in this car doesn't want to work anymore. Take us back to the dealership. And you're going,
it's not that bad.
Whatever, dude. We about had a heart attack. Something you figure out. Now, what it is it's just a reset feature, so they want you to start up the car and let everything sync back up. Chrysler's been doing that for years. If you like leave a Chrysler battery disconnected for like a half hour, then you have to leave the ignition on for can be upwards of 20 minutes just to let everything sync back up, and then the car starts up. Now, I have forced the issue on my personal Dodge Ram because I had one of those days where my battery died and I ran out of gas at the same time. It was like, bad karma, come on. And so if you like hold the pedal down and just keep the RPMs up, you can kind of, it's probably not the best thing to do. But as far as, like the Honda Accord, that was a nightmare. So, and if you ever run into that problem, all you have to do is disconnect the battery again and let it sit for a couple minutes, put the battery back on. It'll clear out the code. And when you turn it up, the ignition, the first thing it says, please start the vehicle. Do what it says and please start the vehicle. And then everything will be fine after that. Another car, so like some of the cars now, even though there's no airbag in the dash or something like that, just pulling out the radio, like Volvos, it's like just pulling out the radio triggers the airbag. It's really silly, so you gotta like disconnect the battery. I try, like disconnecting the battery is sucky sometimes. To
disconnect the battery, you gotta pull the seat out.
Yeah, and if you pull the seat out,
then you have to troubleshoot.
Yeah, so the Cayenne, was it the Cayenne? No, is it the Cayenne? So the Cayenne we did, to get the battery out, it's underneath the driver's seat. To get to the battery though, you have to pull the seat out, but you have to disconnect the battery in order to pull the seat out. So it's like, it was a nightmare.
That was a nightmare.
Needless to say, Andrew came through with a big scanner that he has, came over and fixed it for us. So
done.
Yay, good time there. But yeah, these are all headaches that we have. We do have a scanner, but it's not as sophisticated as his, because he works on exotics. So he like reprograms McLarens and Ferraris and stuff, like Porsches and stuff like that. So it was like, hey buddy, what about the manufacturers? Can you buy the blueprint from them? So most manufacturers don't give you access to that, but there are services that you could pay monthly for. What is it, Mitchell's? Mitchell's is one where you pay a monthly fee. It's about $100 a month, and you can get all the wiring schematics for the car. As far as disassembly and parts like that, honestly, I don't know because I've never needed one. So,
just patience.
And experience get you
Pioneer
everywhere.
ABH 4400 NEX keeps shutting down. Any idea? 4400 software update?
Well, because remember they shut off when the speaker ohm load is too high. So too high. So I would check your speakers and make sure you don't have a shorted out speaker or a speaker that's connected somewhere or just brushing on metal and also check the ground at the radio, and also check the power plug. On the odd chance, every now and then we'll get one that just has a bad power plug where the pins don't sit correctly, and it causes a voltage issue. Hubby probably controls the speed. Homie probably controlled the speed from home. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. All right, let's see what we got here. AVH, okay, that's that one. Ever got in trouble with a pressure sensor under seat like in Jeep Grand Cherokee? Thankfully, no. Never. Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else. You got 30 years of working on cars. Stupid stuff happens. And that's why I said, as an installer, you're 110% all the time. You're constantly diligent about, and the one time you like think you're gonna coast, that's when all crap hits the fan. So you have to be. It sucks. It's like it's like I didn't look at the dash. Was that light on? Okay, so now we got to figure out, was that light on? Is it something that we reset? Is there, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah. So it can be really tricky.
All right, so
how do you lower mid bass? Grab the middle frequencies and pull them down. So if it's mid bass, that's going to be, between 80 and 250, maybe all the way up to 300. So on your EQ, you would pull those down. You could also up the crossover point if you wanted to, because that would do the same thing. That would limit the amount of mid bass that got to the speakers. But yeah, that side of the.
What is the best auxiliary adapter for a factory monsoon system for a 2000 Camaro?
Oh wow, you don't even need anything for a 2000 Camaro. at the monsoon system.
Mm-hmm.
No, you just go high level right into that factory amplifier. So just get the generic 1761 plug or whatever, or no, it was 70-1. I don't remember what that plug is anymore. But no, from monsoon, you actually can go high level right into it. You don't have to do anything special. You don't need an adapter. Yeah, 2000. Yeah, because that's old body style.
That's
so
old
yeah, you
body.
don't need anything.
Mm-hmm.
I would take it out and just put all new stuff in. Buying a head unit is the Kenwood DMX line good? Yeah. 706, baby, all day long. Get that one. Yep. All right. Same question.
All right. Pioneer AVH 8400 VHS, but static from Bluetooth.
Ooh. So obviously, if you have a Bluetooth problem, the first thing you want to do is grab a different Bluetooth source. So if you're using one phone, try a different phone. Try unpairing and repairing. Delete it both off the radio and off of the phone. Delete them both, repair. Make sure your software is up to date. If all that stuff is done, and you've tried a second phone, you've tried a software update, you've tried pairing and unpairing, you still have static, you have a bad Bluetooth module, send it back for repair.
Mm-hmm.
Have you any tools that you made on your own? Over the years, yeah, you build little tiny things like we were talking about. We had to do that old school Chevy truck where you got to pull the air conditioner vents out, put it back into the kit. I had made a tool to allow that because you have these big pins you have to put in.
Then you make the
We have the circle jig.
Yeah,
I had to make a table, a round table. So I had to make a 3.5 foot round table. So I made a giant circle jig for that. We have a couple panel tools that we've made to pull out like air conditioning vents. Those are always scary. I love buying tools. I'm not gonna lie. So if there's a tool that I can just buy, I just buy it because it's
right.
more fun.
Did you get the 11 Pro?
Yes, we did. See, that's why I can be like this and Fernando both of us can be in the frame.
Yeah.
Because we have the bigger sensor, the wider sensor, so we can fit my big head and his little head. So it's all good there. Pioneer AVH41 next. Okay, you got that one. Okay.
It is cold down there in Clearwater because I saw a frozen cow here in Ocala.
Auxiliary adapter for the factory monsoon system. Oh, they just want to add an aux. iSimple. If you just want to add an aux to the Camaro with that, check out iSimple. They make an FM modulated auxiliary adapter as well as a Bluetooth adapter. Those are what we use, and they work really well. Because they're hardwired into the antenna, so it does cool things. Would you recommend using a memory saver in the situation? Would you just cause more problems? Funny you should ask. So memory saver, Fernando. What do we have right here in this box? What is that? That is our memory saver. So yes, after we did that 2019 Honda Accord, I promptly went out and bought a memory saver. So yes,
plug it in.
We use that now. Anytime we're going to have to do something that would require the battery, like if we're going to be disconnecting the battery to put a ring terminal on it when he's hooking up a fuse holder or anything like that, we go ahead and plug this bad boy in. Problem solved. Yes, it's totally worth the money. This one is not on DNF Tool Drawer yet.
What the heck, man?
I know, I suck. But it's a pretty nice one. Let's see. I got it on Amazon. I just typed in battery and the blue one came up. It's a...
right here, the model number.
Yeah, that's probably not going to get you anywhere. But that's what we use.
OT?
Yeah.
OTC? Sounds familiar.
Okay. Right?
Yeah.
Is it better to install LGDs near deck, or is it okay to install them in the amp? That's a good one. We've actually done them in both places.
Yeah.
So we'd install them back by the amp, and we install them back or up to the radio. I don't really think it matters if you think about it.
It's convenient for you.
Yeah, whatever works, because you can't bury them. They have to be mounted somewhere where they have air around them, because they are going to generate some heat. It is a resistor, so it's going to get hot. So if you have more room back at the amplifier, definitely put them there. Because remember, it's emulating a speaker load, so really it's okay, if it's back by the amp. Happy Thursday, everybody. Looks like you're spitting. Oh, I got one more piece I got to put on there. What's up, Omni Inc? You should follow that guy with your tattoo fascination.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, he does really cool tattoos.
Got it. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. I gotta put this armband cuff thingy on still. So we just got done doing this brand new well, okay, it's 2019. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yeah. So we just got done doing this JL with the Alpine factory system in it, and this okay. Cool college, whatever. I got it. There's the backup camera right there. So apparently he didn't want a backup camera. Johnny, what's up, buddy? Wiley, Texas, in the house, loud and clear. Anyways. We have the new Alpine Jeep JL radio in this bad boy. All right, so we'll do this. You know what? I want to jump in the back seat so I can get a wider view.
Wider angle?
Yeah, wider angle. So that's it. Go ahead and turn it on. Let's see what she looks like. So a couple cool things about this is this guy right here. This is the media hub replacement. Pop that open. So inside of it, you get an HDMI, you get an aux, you get 2 USB. Only one of them is for CarPlay or Android Auto. The second one is for charge. This one also comes with a charge retention for the USB in the center console. The backup camera still works, although just hit the camera button right there. Doesn't do anybody any good. Hi, me. Hi. Because you can't see it.
Wow, you can see it.
Yeah, I showed him. But this is the kit. It fits really nice. Now it's a multi-function kit, so it's just a screen here. The brain for the radio is actually up here in the knee buster where that is. That's the whole brain thing. And then the wires. Now, I will tell you this. If you're thinking about getting one of these, pay a professional to do it unless you have lots of time on your hand. And even because the instructions...
and then you have to be so careful.
Oh yeah, you gotta be super careful. The one nice thing the instructions do tell you, and we didn't film it because we were kind of crunched for time today, but we still wanted to come on and show you the finished results.
This is not the first. This
won't be the
last
first.
one.
Yeah, this won't be the one. But the other thing too is, like, you know, when we wanted to go through all the instructions and figure out where they screwed up, because they screwed up big times on these instructions. These are some of the worst instructions I've ever seen for doing something that shouldn't be this difficult. Dean, continue with the details. Yes, I will, Bobby. I will. So the instructions suck, but the kit, the finished product, I'm super happy with the finished product. Fit and finish is good. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. The one nice thing that the instructions do tell you is to tape the dash around where you're gonna be working. Strongly recommend it. Strongly recommend it. So what they show you is in the instructions, they have you tape around here and across this and up here, because there's a metal bracket that's holding this radio in place, and when you go to put it in, it's super close to where all these shiny pieces are. And although you won't see it now, if you ever go back to factory, you'll see the scratches. So definitely want to tape up like they recommend. But yeah, doesn't that look nice? I mean, this is a very busy dash for sure. Now this is water resistant, so it can get a little wet, which is nice because we have no top today.
Let me grab a hose and we can show you.
Bluetooth mic is designed to go right here. The other thing in the instructions that they talk about is up here on the top for the GPS antenna. What they described is they wanted the GPS antenna to come out of here and stick all the way over here. I'm like, so that you see this big piece of cable. I was like, that's kind of silly. So they only show you taking off this one piece here. So you take off this piece, you take off this piece here, and then you can run the cable this way and back forward so that you only have to, you know, this is all that's showing. Here's the sat radio here. And so this goes really nice. And this is tucked in and out of the way. Looks like a cockpit. Yeah, I know, right? Look how sexy that is. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, you know, and I will tell you this is one of the most expensive radios you're ever gonna see. So if you're a Jeep owner and you're like, oh man, it is expensive, there's no question about it. It is, but it looks really nice. I think out of all the Jeep radios they've made so far, pretty much out of all of these, this has been the nicest. The other nice thing too, most of the time when you go to put these in, not in this particular one, but in these kits, these never line up. Like the gapping never lines up. So you spend like a half hour getting your gapping straight. First time, boom, went right in perfect. I was like, oh, heck yeah. How good would the Hertz SPL 8-inch woofer and a door for SQ three-way active? Well, the SPL really isn't made for sound quality. I mean, it's a loud speaker, so it's not going to play mid-bass. I mean, if it's like every other 8-inch out there, they don't play mid-bass. They just play loud. If you want a mid-bass driver, maybe look at the Audison Prima 8-inch. That's a nice mid-bass 8-inch. Focal also makes one too. How much for a radio like that? Honestly, you'd have to go on and check. I don't know, but they do make them for the 17 Jeeps, the previous body style. If it is the previous body style, they make them. They're Alpine. Just go to Alpine. You can check it out. What are you getting your pictures on? Look at him. I tell you. Looks good. We just finished the backup camera on a 2015 Jeep Wrangler, right? Yeah, those are a lot of fun. I just think it's funny. It's like everyone wants a backup camera, and this guy did everything he could to not see his backup camera, but he's really a big fan of his college. I'm assuming it's his alma mater. This is friends of ours. This is a friend of a friend. So, yeah. And he, it's one of those things like he's got to get it done this week, so we kind of move stuff around to get him in here. So, and he's even got one on the front to get him in here. So we were like, Fernando, the professional photographer. iPhoneography, I believe, is what the appropriate term would be. But yeah, he gets really into it, as you can see. Look at him. He's all up into that. So I just take quick pictures and do a little bit of Instagram filtering on them. But, he gets all into this and has lots of fun, That's why, his pictures probably look better than mine. I don't know. You got anything over there, Picasso?
I got nothing.
Or should we just call you Scott Kelby?
Right now.
Huh?
I have a cramp right now.
Bobby goes, it looks like a Wonder Woman logo, right? Okay, so
same thing. See?
Fernando said the same thing this morning, and I was like, no, dude, that's a college. Because he goes, this a girl's Jeep? And I was like, no, why would you think that? He goes, because of the Wonder Woman logo. I'm like, it's not that. Jeez. JL Audio VXI 404 audio, or the D. It's you got the numbers backwards. The D 400.4 audio control. They don't make a D 400.4. They make a 4.800. They make a 61200. They make a 4.300, but nothing like that. But as far as like VXI versus the D series audio controls, it's a hitter. I mean, the audio controls have way more power. I'll just say that the audio controls have way more power. It's what makes the show better. Exactly. Cardio yoga. Look at him over there, man. He's just getting all into this. He wants to make sure you guys get like the coolest shots ever. I'm over here just doing the simple stuff, being like, check out this Jeep radio and the new JL. How snazzy is that? But
yeah.
You getting the shot?
Huh?
Are you waiting for me to get done so you can plug my phone in and see a big screen with CarPlay?
Well, yeah, we're gonna do that, but no, just take your time.
Take my time?
Take your time, man.
Take your time. Here, we'll spy on. We'll do like a little spy cam on Fernando. What's going on? Spooky. Anyways, what else we got? All right, let's scroll up here. True enthusiast. He's not an enthusiast. Well, photography enthusiast. You a photography enthusiast?
I love photography. It's like I don't know how to take pictures professionally, but
Well,
still.
yeah. Okay. I mean, we got the gear.
I know.
That's for sure. We got the gear. Ooh, speaking of gear, the backpack came.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's over in the box. You want to open it?
Yeah. Do you want to show them?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So when we travel, there's a company that doesn't exist anymore. It's called Gura Gear that made this big backpack. Because when I travel with the 300 millimeter lens, it takes up a lot of room. So you need a backpack that specifically sits underneath the seat. So we ordered in, there's a company called Think Tank that makes backpacks. And I ordered in their big airporter, not realizing it's the size of a piece of luggage that would go in an oversized bin. Ooh. The DRC 205 versus the ARC3 knob. So the nice thing about the audio control knob is that if you incorporate the Bluetooth dongle, you will be able to download the app to your phone and control your presets and your volume through your phone. The knob is kind of tough because you just hit the button and you have to pay attention to it. Not a big fan of the knob thing. Like, I like it for volume, that's about it.
Oh, I like this.
Doing a Halo 9 and backup camera on a 16 Wrangler right now. There you go. That one looks like it's gonna fit. So we take a lot of gear with us, and we need something that fits underneath the seat.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Is that one good?
Mm-hmm.
Let me flip it around here.
Oh, yeah. That's two.
You're probably gonna want the new one now.
I want this one.
Oh, see, that one will work. That'll fit underneath the seat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2020 Honda SI. Do you know where the noise module is by any chance, Dean? That's the SI. It's above the glove box. It's above the glove box. Should be a little silver box that's 3.5 by 1 inch by about 2 inches. The plug facing into the motor compartment should be right up top there.
Yeah.
Today must be Jeep Day in the car audio industry. That's what I'm thinking, no doubt.
Everybody's doing a Jeep?
Dean, do you guys have a video shows what the AVH? No, we don't. We never got around to those newer Pioneer radios. Hey guys, last week I asked if you guys got a chance to go hands-on with the 2020 RF Prima Prime. No, Rockford Fosgate Prime. No, but hold on. I have an answer for you on that. Let me grab my calendar here, because we just got off the phone with them. All right, Long Beach. We get back the 15th of February. Eric from Rockford will be here. So put that on your calendars. We're going to have... All right, so the 15th, which is a Saturday. So our Saturday live show, we're going to have Eric from Rockford Fosgate here. And then on the Monday, we're going to have Matt, the new guy from Audio Control, will be here on Monday. I know, right? We can't space these things out anymore, but no. So that's what we got going on. And then sometime in this month, at some point, we're also going to get Joe Hobart from Kicker to come on and talk about the new Kicker LOC with that DSP technology built into it. So February is going to be a busy month. Definitely going to be a busy month. Brewmaster and a Mercedes A-Series 8-inch original sub. Can I take a signal from that sub to my external amplifier? If it's just high level to low level and you get a high level to low level that will take enough of the voltage, yes. Yeah. The only thing you're going to want to do is measure for any type of weird noises that's coming over the subwoofer. I believe, yeah.
Dude, that's pretty
And I know
cool.
Nav TV also makes, I think, an interface for that. But I think you have to do full replacement with that particular system. I don't know, it's like a body bag for it.
Yeah.
Any recommendations on car starters? None whatsoever.
You can take a shower with this.
That's an awesome camera backpack. Yeah, right, I know. So,
Dude,
I didn't even see.
Look at this.
So it's got a laptop bag, which is cool. Oh, it's blue. Oh, see, I'm sold. I love it when they do different colors on the inside. I prefer yellow, but light gray is kind of the norm. I hate black. Like, I wish I didn't do black because it just screams of camera backpack. I always try to get something that's a different color, but yeah. So, but this trip we're bringing, basically we're going to be bringing a lot of this stuff with us that we don't normally bring. So we don't normally take pictures at the shows. We just do video. But this trip we wanted to see, because we're going to the Peterson Museum, and also we've never done it before, we're trying to spice it up a little bit. We're going to take a full body camera and try to take some pictures. And I just so happen to have pretty much all this stuff here. Yeah, I got all this. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. What adapter do I need to connect the PEM camera to an aftermarket radio? Try Metra. Metra has the adapter for the Passat, I believe. I know they make that. So metraonline.com is the place to go. Awesome. Can't wait. Do you guys recommend or know anyone in Chicago? Weren't we just talking to Marty? Yeah. Isn't he Sounds Plus? Isn't he in Chicago? Yeah. Sounds Plus. Marty Dean. It's the same guy that does Aussie Irons. I was just talking to him earlier today. So he's up there by Mark. So that'd be the shop that when Mark, Cardio Fabricator, did the car for SEMA, that was the shop that did the little Toyota Supra. That was the shop that helped him with that. So they're right there. Naperville?
Yes.
Naperville?
Well, it's close to Chicago.
Yeah. So
Sounds Plus.
Sounds Plus. And
With a Z.
With a Z. Yeah.
All right, I'm sold.
Look, it looks like Fernando's getting a perm.
What's that?
Looks like Fernando's getting a perm. The shower cap.
Oh, yeah.
No, we got a shower cap over in There's one we just I had one actually. Yeah, I had
Probably
one.
fit all.
Hold on, it's like a dreadlock bag. We're back. I know, right? I always like these things because, like, when I go to edit them to put them into a long show, it just like, you know. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to hang up so abruptly. We had a call from our friend and yours, Jeff Smith, and I was like, crap, I got to take this because he always answers the phone when I call him, so I had to return the favor. Kenwood, 9706, simple backup camera like in the first one in your backup camera 101. The red wire off the camera for the back of the radio. Which wire do I splice into? So backup camera essentially needs three things to work. It needs a reverse trigger, which is going to be on most radios a purple-white, or whatever is designated. So like Kenwood, so it's going to be purple-white. That wire needs to get a trigger from the reverse, so it needs to have a positive. So that would attach to either the reverse light wire in the back, or in the kick, or wherever you find it, or if it's a smart harness. So that is a wire to wire, so from reverse trigger to that purple white wire. Then the backup camera usually has that little silly red wire that runs through the RCA. Chop it off, throw it away, don't use it for anything. In the back at the camera, there's usually a red and a black wire. Okay, now that red wire at the front of the RCA is typically a loop through, so you definitely need to, if you're going to cut it off, make sure you tape it, isolate it, because once you put power to the red and the black in the back, which is what you're going to do, you're going to tap into behind the radios, red and black wire back there, which is accessory and ground. Ground is black, accessory is red, and you're going to run those back to the camera. So in some cases, you'll have three wires that run back, a purple, a red, and a black. Red is accessory, and they all match.
And
so it's nice and simple.
People can say, yeah, you can grab the power from the reverse, but...
Okay, so there's their way and the way we do it. That's the way we do it.
Exactly.
Every car that leaves here. So the idea behind that little pigtail is that you take that and you take it and you go over to the light and you tap into the light with that, and then you ground the camera, and then because, like we said, that red wire loops through, you're going to loop that up and connect it to the purple white wire. Right. Sucks because then the next question is always, well, I went to turn on my backup camera the other day and it doesn't turn on. It only works when I'm in reverse. Well, yeah, because you're getting power for it from the reverse light. So, of course, it's only going to turn on when you do that. So that's how that works. Yay. All right, let me scroll up here. Oh?
That's Chauncey.
Is it here?
Hey, Chauncey.
Install Ninja?
Install Ninja.
Install Ninja.
I
didn't know. I didn't find out if he's going to California.
Hey man, what's going on? No, I saw. I just scrolled down, but I saw that he was in the.
Hey guys, I've seen your YouTube videos there where you replace the sub from a Toyota 4Runner with the JBL system. Can you tell me what component speakers it is good for the front doors? Sadly, that's one of those systems that everyone always just replaces the subwoofer. However, there is a bunch of perfect fits, meaning speakers that will go in directly into that location. One of those off the top of my head, which is our favorite, is going to be the Focal Focal integration line of speakers. And then if you're looking for something that's a little bit more price conscious, you have the Power Base line of perfect fit speakers. The nice thing about those is that if you have the factory 2-ohm speaker, they make a 2-ohm version of it. And they're cool. They come and they already have the brackets and all that stuff all set, ready to go. So if you just have blown speakers, you want to keep that factory JBL system. You just want to replace those blowns. Two options there to think about. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I know, right?
It is pretty nice.
Now, we were talking about the Jeep earlier. One nice thing about this is, because the brain is mounted down underneath the knee board.
It doesn't have the doors?
It doesn't have the doors, so it makes it real easy. The Sirius XM antenna, along with all the... You don't need any extra... There was no extra parts needed for this kit, so that was kind of nice. Can I turn on a setting on my radio to automatically trigger the backup camera? So I'm good to assume the purple white wire already hooked up into reverse light. It was...
already harnessed from the
CF. I have no idea. So depending on your radio, like the Kenwood, it just has there is a feature to turn on the backup camera in the source selection. So you can, or sometimes it's a hard button on the side or the bottom.
It says camera view.
Yeah, you just press it and the camera will automatically pop up. But it'll only pop up if the camera has accessory, meaning it has power when the key is on. If it's hooked up to the reverse lights, it will not do that. It'll just give you a black screen and you'll be like, what happened? So that's why we recommend doing it the way we recommend it. And then there's always those people who go, well, dude, then the camera's on the whole time the car's on. And it's like the cameras are 6-volt cameras that draw like an amp and a half. They don't get, they're not like old school 90s cameras that would get hot and burn your hands. These things can run all day long and not have any problem. There's plenty of retailers that actually have backup cameras on display that are on 365 days a year. And yeah, so it's okay. They're not going to burn up or do anything. A lot of the factory cameras are that way as well. They 6 volts, low amperage, and they're on all the time. Only a handful of them are kind of goofy and make them actually shut off. Focal K2 sound on a budget around $400.
For the tweeters.
Do you know if the Power Base has weird dual voice coil VW speakers? Johnny, honestly, I don't know.
But some of the Power Base has dual voice coil. Yes.
Yeah, they make some really cool speakers, man. If you haven't dug into Power Base for like some of these simple swap out factory replacement things, head over to Power Base because they have they are when we had Jeff Falk on last year. We should get him on again this year. Sometime a couple months from now. They are the factory replacement go-to speaker manufacturer. And when we had them on, that's one of the things we were talking about was how they're just going to take over that market and just make every factory replacement speaker they can. So if anybody has it, it would definitely be them.
Yep.
So K2 Sound on a $400 budget. I mean, Integration Series is going to be the closest. I really... Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know. I mean, that's why it's K2.
No way.
Yeah, there's nothing that's going to... Yeah. How much did your laser cutter cost? Is it the Pro version?
It's the Plus.
It's
version.
the Plus version, and it was like $499.9, $5,000, something like that. Yeah. You know,
5 close done.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt. It hurt a lot. Oh, it is, but it still hurt a lot, man. It's not a. Yeah, that freaking hurt. What are you kidding me?
Come on, man. Just $5,000.
Yeah, out of my So someone was talking about how they're losing weight watching our channel because their wallet keeps getting lighter.
Oh.
I was like, trust me, I know what you mean. This guy over here, man. If it was up to him, like we'd have 2 of those going 24/7 and a 4x8. You know, we'd be, yeah. He just loves spending my money. But no, if you, there's a lot you can do with it. We know we're just scratching the surface on the laser. But there again, we've only been using it for like 4 months, so we know as we keep going, and we're learning as we go. And just like anything else, anytime we have fun with something, we want to share it. So that was the whole purpose of making the video this week, is because we know that a lot of you are professionals or amateurs or want to be professionals. And though $5,000 is a silly amount of money for a tool, if you're a professional, like there was one guy that commented like, I can do that with a Dremel and a razor blade. I was like, well, yeah, back in the 90s, we all did it with a Dremel and a razor blade. I mean, that's just how it worked. But the nice thing is now that I'm done with it, all I have to do is hit go. And I can print them all day long, and I don't need to Dremel with a razor blade to... And you're definitely not going to use a Dremel or a razor blade to cut a logo on the top of it. So, whatever.
So, yeah, if you actually put it in reverse... if you hit the button camera view and it doesn't show the image, it flips... but it doesn't show the image, definitely you have to hook it up to the reverse trigger, purple, white, and then run power and ground, and you golden.
I like this. Omni Inc. asks, what do you do when someone brings a car full of junk and trash? Easy enough question there. So we have a space set aside right over here by the back door so that if there's any bugs or anything, they can just promptly leave. But this area right here is designated as the junk area. So anytime we have a car that comes in and we need to empty it out, it all goes here. And the reason why it all goes here is because that way we know it all needs to go back in the car. Nothing out of a car goes anywhere else in the install bay. It always just goes right there. But yes, and it happens quite a bit. Sometimes we'll have this whole area filled up here and like we can't get to our bins to grab stuff. So Yeah, lots of fun.
All right.
Yes.
So, if you have the opportunity to put a high-end system on your car, which one you put?
Me?
That one right there.
I was gonna say the
Under
system
the
that's
bench.
sitting under the bench, all this cool Morel stuff that's just waiting to go into my car, or the cool K2 focals that are right there waiting to go in his car.
And
No,
the Sony G is nice.
yeah. So I mean, I was thinking about this morning when I was getting out of the car, and it was like, no, I was just thinking about, like, you know, I was reminiscing about days of old and stereos and fun stuff like that, and all the different stuff I've had in my car, and because I do this for a living, I've always had the benefit of employee purchase and spending way too much money on car audio. So I've always had the best system I could possibly afford put in my car. It's never been a question of not. It's just that's why I do this for a living. I actually got a job doing this for a living so that I could buy stuff cheaper. That was the whole reason I got a job doing car audio, was so that it didn't cost me as much. And it's 30 years later. So
the problem right now is no time.
No, I mean when I went to work at AVE, when he hired me to work at AVE, I didn't get a paycheck for the first 6 months. I had a second job. I worked for Procter & Gamble. That's why I like marketing so much. And I was going to college to be an architect. And I didn't need the money. He just wanted to hire me, and I didn't have anything to do because the Procter & Gamble job was like from 5 in the morning until noon. Okay. And it was only like Monday through Wednesday because they didn't want you in the stores on Thursday, Friday, and on the weekends because it was their busiest time. So it was 3 days a week, which was perfect for college. And so I went to work at the car stereo shop, after I got off work there, which was usually noon, 1 o'clock. So I'd work till 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock whenever we closed, and then I'd go off to school, go to college. But then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'd work the full day at the car stereo shop. And I would just work to make money to buy more car stereo stuff. So it was literally just a stack of invoices. And as I made money, he would give me equipment, and yeah, it was.
I feel most of the people start working, like Fridays and Saturdays and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Did Fernando hear Enya yet, or do I have to unsubscribe? You know what? As soon as we're done with this, I'll play Sail Away. So, no, one of the guys was like, he couldn't believe you've never heard Enya. So, no, and we've just been really busy since we mentioned that. Like, a couple things we wanted to do. Don't you mean etching the surface of the laser? Shh, Johnny.
What would you...
okay. So... We talked about on the Saturday show doing the crossover active-passive measurement. We're going to do that. It's going to take a little bit longer than I thought maybe we'd have time to do it this week, but it's not looking like it is. But no, that is definitely something we're going to do. I talked to Jeff about it because I wanted to run my idea for testing past him to see if that made sense to him, and so we worked it out, and so we're going to come up with a cool video for that.
All right. Would you say the focal are in between high-end and lower-end?
The focal?
The focal.
High end and lower end? What do you mean? I mean, dude.
They're in between. I mean, they have... Focal has...
I mean, Jesus, you have Utopias that go up to... You might as well take out a home loan.
No, but I like... Okay, so Utopia line goes from low end to high end.
The Utopia doesn't go anything
low
end.
No. I'm talking about focal in general.
Like line. So the focal line, you have the auditors that start at $79, and you have the Utopia M's that start at $5,000.
So I choose in between.
Yeah, I don't know anything else. I mean, so all the exotic car audio manufacturers, so you have Focal has Utopia, Audison has Thesis, Hertz would be the answer to that question, because you have the Millie Legends, which are obviously not as good as Utopia M, so those would be like the lower end, high end speaker, which is funny to say because they're still really expensive and amazing.
Right. Morel has... Yeah,
Morel has their version of crazy expensive all the way down to entry level. So, I mean, what you're going to find is most of these manufacturers make an affordable brand so that everyone can be part of the club. Correct. And they make something that's, what we all aspire to be. I mean, it's the model to have. Car manufacturers do it. I mean, everyone basically does it. Everyone wants to be part of something, so there's no reason to just make $10,000 speakers and that's it, because you're not going to have a fan base to do anything with. I mean,
so they make the Dodge Ram basic, and they made the
the super duper sport crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, or the Raptor would have been an easier one.
Raptor, right?
Or the High Country or King Ranch or whatever the hell they're called. Well, if you want to work for well, if he wants to work for 6 hours with a razor blade, knock yourself out. Yes, exactly. Yeah, right. Oh, yes, in the etching. Okay, now that all makes sense. All right, I'm back on board. Morale. There's only one R in morale, Bobby. Okay. With cars coming with better stock audio, is it hurting the aftermarket industry? No. What it's hurting is the factory radio replacement side of the industry. So, like if you caught the earlier, we talked about this Jeep. So it had a 5-inch touchscreen in it. Now it's got the Alpine big touchscreen in it. So it came with this screen right here. It's no longer in it. He's got this gorgeous big 9-inch touchscreen in here. It has the Alpine premium sound system in it that sounds like total dog crap. And that's the thing. You know, you get a car manufacturer, like someone asked earlier about the Brewmeister system. The bass on it is flat. The tweeters suck. And that's a high-end, super-duper premium system. Some people are going to be totally happy with it. I mean, they've been making Bose in cars since forever, and people love it. But we were taking those systems out back in the 80s, and we're still taking them out now. Where like companies that are suffering are like your Pioneers, your Kenwoods, and your Alpines, where in that Sony, you know, those radios that you're not replacing your radio anymore because like it's good enough. It's got CarPlay, it's got Android Auto. Yeah. That's it. Well, I wouldn't say it's hurting the integration. It's causing aftermarket innovation. Exactly. So we're getting a lot of cool things like Amp Pros and ARs and Nav TV coming out with the Zen pieces. So these are all pieces that allow us to put new speakers, new amps, and the primary things. But the source units work good. So there's really no reason to... Bye, Paul. No reason to change the source unit. It's just if we can integrate into it. So, like someone was asking, how come we don't do as many unboxings for radios and stuff like that? And the reality of it is we don't do that many radios as we did when we first started this channel 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. Like we started the channel doing radio unboxings and talking about all that stuff. That's what we did. I mean, yeah. I have containers upon containers of radio screws. I used to collect them, and I'd like every year. And now we just don't do as many radios. So from that side of things, yeah, the industry is definitely shrinking. But on the other side of things, we're doing DSPs a lot. And it's like, you know, cars staying for full big systems is changed drastically. Yeah, so right. It's a different time. And personally, I feel it's one of the better times in car audio because it's starting to be, it's fun again. There's neat stuff. It's not just, I have a speaker, I have a big subwoofer, I have an amplifier. Now there's something that's interactive. We have a DSP that we can do so much with, and we can get this really amazing sound out of it. And we have these cool integration things, and it's to me, it's fun again. I mean, you got to remember, this is 30 years of doing it. We were talking about this yesterday. You know, when I was 10, he was just popping out of the hole going,
I was already playing.
You were playing with the umbilical cord around your neck.
No.
So, I mean, to see the evolution of where it was and now where it is and just all the stages in between is really cool. And this is definitely fun time. Mm-hmm. Can I use bigger external monitors to control my head unit? No. Most manufacturers only give you this generic video output. So if you get a head unit that has a DVD output, he's going, in Spanish, exactly. That's it. So they don't like share the navigation. They don't give you any controls other than just no. Are there any cars you don't like working on? Oh, the list is long. Yeah, of course, there's always cars you don't like working on. And it's usually for things like you have to take apart too much stuff. They're just a pain, or they break, or stuff like that.
Yeah, but at this point of the installs, the install's supposed to do, you have to take a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just
no
other way around.
Yeah, and it's just like we were talking about how the instructions for the Jeep, the radio sucked. And part of the reason why it sucked is because it's like you needed to take apart a lot more than what they recommended, and the reason why they recommended that is because they don't want to scare people, and it's like, just write the right manual. Like there's a lot more pieces that should have come off to do it right, and we ended up taking all those off, and it was like, why didn't they just tell you to do this?
It's more easy.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's 20 more screws, but it's definitely cooler. Your instructions suck, says the guy who called me yesterday. Go, dude, I totally learned something yesterday. Right, bro. Oh, which reminds me, speaking of ATS here, Friday, the live show is going to be on Friday instead of Saturday.
No. Saturday live show is going to be on Friday.
Yeah, that. So the YouTube live show that we normally do Saturday, we're going to bump it up to Friday because I got to get out of here to get to Magic Kingdom. You got a party to go to. Ad is just being funny. It's okay, Victor. Dean dislikes old cars. Oh, I totally dislike old cars. But not because just because very few people build old cars right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's always just generic and stuff falls apart and they stink. Yeah. Mainly they stink. Ooh, just smell bad. But anyway, so Friday we're going to do the YouTube live show, same time as always, 6 o'clock. But yeah, I'll put up a notification on YouTube so everyone knows. What instructions? Maybe it's how we understand them. No, these instructions were terrible. Old cars definitely stink. Yep, exactly. No, so, like, prime example. Hold on. This is funny. All right, come here. Give me a hand for a second. Hold this like that. No, hold that. Don't put your finger over the camera.
Why not?
All right, so let's go here to... Where's it at? Where they tell you to pull... All right, so if you look at this picture right here, you see this screw? They don't anywhere in here tell you to remove this screw. All right, but then when you come over to where you actually have to remove that panel, which is right here, that screw is magically gone. But nowhere in these instructions does it tell you to remove that screw. I mean, I get it, it's just one screw, but this was the start of the dominoes that were to become the crappiest instructions ever. Now, the reason why it is important to have good instructions is because that way things don't get screwed up. Not everyone has experience working on these cars or working on cars in general, and then when you go to just grab crappy instructions and you're like, and you pull that because it didn't tell you to remove the screw, that's always the excuse. So, you know, that's all. For 06 F350 ground, do I need to use the frame ground or the one in the harness? 06 doesn't have any issues with ground, so any piece of metal in the car or the factory ground is perfectly fine for that vehicle. It's not aluminum, it's steel. Just put it wherever you want. It'll totally ground. Have you heard of the B2 audio stuff? No. Have you heard of Steve Meade?
Yeah,
have we heard this stuff? No. Have we heard? No, we haven't heard any of it. Oh, okay. My bad. I read it wrong. Have you heard any of the B2 audio stuff? No. I have not heard. I'm sorry. I thought you said if I heard of it.
Like you said, Steve Meade is the guy to ask for.
Yeah. We don't do any work with them. Yeah. They got him, so it's all good. Do you guys do motorcycle audio? We don't do motorcycle audio. We actually have another guy that takes care of that for us. It's called Havoc. We sell a ton of it. The problem is we have, if you've never noticed, we have this giant ramp right here that goes up into the install bay. And it is very steep. And I don't drive a motorcycle, and so I don't want to ride a motorcycle up that big steep ramp. You good?
Yeah.
So many cars that are just glued together, right? That's the old cars for sure. I'm learning about DSP. I saw you added passive crossovers. Also confused. Need to understand more. So, all right, your DSP.
Oh, wow.
What?
No. Go ahead and we'll go with this.
So with the DSP, passive, you still have speakers that are on the other side of that. So a DSP is an EQ. Everyone assumes that just because you have a DSP, you have to go full active. That is not true. You don't have to go full active. You just need to make sure that your speakers are properly crossed over. So the passive crossovers are because we had a component set that was after the DSP. So we need to make sure the tweeter, we didn't do a 4-channel amp just to power up the 4 speakers. It's a passive set. Some people are like, well, how do you time alignment? You go to the mid-range. So you use the mid-range as the point in which to get your number for time alignment. But yes, you can totally still do that. It's not that big of a deal.
All right, I have a Focal KRX2S, and I want to know how to lower the mid bass and then from my Alpine radio. How can I do that?
To lower the mid bass?
Yes, it's a KRX.
So so if it's an Alpine, it has a parametric EQ, 9 bands. You're gonna want the frequencies somewhere between, let's say, 250 to 100 or 80, and
70.
go wide and start pulling it down, and that'll reduce the mid bass. I've never had anyone ask to lower the mid bass. You can also turn the crossover point up higher, which will pull all that mid bass out as well.
Yeah.
Are people going away from CDs? I know, really don't use them anymore.
Not Bobby. Not Bobby.
Yeah, so like this brand new radio in this Jeep, this brand new $2,900 radio does not have a CD player. Dodge Rams don't come with CD players. We did that video where we showed you how to add a USB CD player to a car. That went over well. No, a lot of people just don't use CDs. I personally don't use CDs for anything. The only CDs I have that I've bought in the last lifetime of mine, other than a Kenny Chesney one for my wife, which I don't know why she bought it. I think it came with the tickets for the concert. But anyways, are like the Iasca ones, and then we bought the USAC ones, and those I just downloaded into my computer and uploaded to my Dropbox account so that I can use them for tuning. But other than that, exactly. CDs nuts? Yeah, exactly. What are CDs? I know. I don't, yeah. So, I mean, I know we're giving away CDs, and that's cool, but, you know, do something with them. Honestly, I don't know on the Sony stuff. We don't really get too involved with their head units, other than just like some of the
like
screens.
Ada over here, you know, it's a dealer, so
Yeah, a lot of. I mean, they're good.
they could.
But I don't know all the features in it because we don't really play with it. It's not the 90s anymore as far as the CDs go. Yeah, dude, trust me. When I got an iPod, the first iPod, my first 30 gig iPod, it was over. So I got the iPod, then I bought Sue the Mini, and then we all got the shuffles. And after that, what were CDs? Brian, come on, man. Of course you still use CDs. You're playing that. You could probably sing that whole Iasca disc to me, and you know, just easily. Did I just see Morel put up a love sign?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I think I did. I think I saw Morel. Was that you, Morel? Is that you? Is that you? I can't wait to see you guys in California. Don't yell at me too hard. Ooh, did you see where they came out with a 4-inch nano carbon?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have
see?
there she is. So you guys have seen the nano carbon Ultra Integra super skinny little thing that's like this. They have a 4-inch version now that's the same way.
Sexy.
So you're looking at an Integra, so it's got a tweeter in the middle, 4-inch, that's paper thin. Oh my God,
Yeah.
It just boggles the mind what you can do with that. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, new stuff from Morel.
I mean, yeah, I mean, dude, and they also have the new 2-inch dome mid-range. And the 45th anniversary amplifiers. How do I get on the list for that? That's all I want to know. I have my credit card, it's just waiting. It's burning a hole in my pocket. I want them now. Yeah, I still have something like 500 plus CDs in storage. So, here's the CD thing. I have all my CDs. I've not gotten rid of them. What I bought years ago was a big Pioneer DJ that has like, I don't know, 300 CD carousel. And I had a 100 CD carousel. So I had 400 CDs. I went through them all and took out all the crappy CDs that didn't mean anything, and I loaded them all into the 300 disc. And that sits in my entertainment center and never gets used. It's just there to store the CDs. If I need to go back and grab a hard copy of it, I'll power it up, I'll spin it to the appropriate door, and I'll pull it out. I have all my CDs on this flash drive. See, there you go. Why are you saying you listen to CDs, Brian? Could you use something else than a head unit to drive your system, like just using an iPad or something? Of course you can. So we had Moscone. We asked our Moscone rep to send us these. Yeah, I know. You got to put that in. Yes. So I don't know what you're waiting on. To send us these. These are their Bluetooth dongles. We're pretty sure these use LDAC, but I'm not sure because we don't know anything about them other than they're like $300. But this is a Bluetooth. It's got Toshlink output, so it can go into the DSP. It's got auxiliary output. But this is a high-res audio Bluetooth streaming box. These things sound incredible. So you can buy the Onkyo app for your iPad, stream it right into that thing, and rock on. I believe that's what Doug does. Doug doesn't use this. Doug uses the GS9 that's in that box right there. Yeah. But the Onkyo app for the iPad is phenomenal because you can do DSD out of it. You can do high-res audio out of it, all different sizes. You get the Lightning to USB adapter. You go that way, or with this, you just stream Bluetooth, and it sounds phenomenal. That's why as soon as we heard it in John's pickup truck and his that Ultimate Audio did, it looks phenomenal. We're like, I want those.
Oh yeah.
Dean still has Milli Vanilli. Dude, no, I don't have Milli Vanilli on CD, and I'm bummed about that because I don't know what happened to it. I think I threw it away when that whole thing went down. Totally bummed about that. Bypass for saying sup. Bypass. No, sorry. Did I miss you? Sup, my bad. I got bad GTO. It's all right. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Nothing but love, bro. Peace and love. Peace and love. Don't be upset. It's all good. But no, as soon as we heard it, we're like, oh my gosh, we got to have these. And so, yeah, now we have two.
Now we have it.
Yeah.
Still there.
Still
next
waiting.
to the system.
I know. We're so bad. We're so bad. How's the Kenwood 70? Honestly, don't know about the 775. I know. Yeah, I don't know. We don't deal with that. It's not an Exelon, so I couldn't tell you. I mean, the three that we typically sell, the 9906, the 996, and the 7706. Those are the three Kenwood radios we typically deal with. Or just add high-res files to a USB drive. Yeah, plug radio. No need for Bluetooth streaming. Well, there again, it also depends on what your radio is capable of decoding at. There's a lot of radios that'll take like FLAC files, but then they downsample them to just regular CD quality, so it's like you're not getting it.
You're not getting it, yeah.
So that kind of sucks. What are those kicker CDs you got the other day? So those weren't kicker CDs. Those are
Rockford CDs.
Those are
Yaska CDs.
So we were giving away the Rockford test CDs and the Ayaska test CDs. We still have one left to give away.
One left.
We're gonna wait though because we just need to breathe. Kenwood 7-inch or Kenwood 6x9 components with the 3.5 for Camry. Ooh, the 6x9 components with the 3.5. Yes, definitely those. Normally I would have said the 7-inch, but now that I have the 6x9 and the 3.5 combo, ooh, so sexy. Yeah. Can Apple iPad play FLAC files on Onkyo app? Yes, it can. Yep. You just have to have the Lightning adapter to USB. But yeah, we've done all the testing on it. It works great. Yeah, it's awesome. I have the Onkyo app and I have tons of FLAC. 24. Yep, 192. But I don't know if my iPad is allowing me to send it. Only if you're using the USB output or you're doing it over Bluetooth to something that can receive the high-res audio Bluetooth. All LAC. There you go. Convert to all LAC. Yep. Okay.
All right. Well.
Lots of fun. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Gotta go back to work.
Yeah. Gotta go back to work. It was fun. Sorry we had to break this into 2 segments, but we hope you enjoyed it. And for that, we're out.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Man, don't point at me. Point at him.
Point at him? Maybe I should point it at.
It doesn't matter.
You were here.
We're all here for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Here to make sure you stay healthy and eat well.
Mark, Matt, Fernando.
Let's go down.
ADS is iData.
Fernando, you know that, right?
Matt is the what do you consider yourself?
Well, my official position is Maestro e-learning manager.
He's the guy that trains us
Yeah.
I'm a trainer. That's really
I
what
sweep
do.
the floors?
Train.
for a lot of money.
Sweep the floors.
Yeah.
So if you guys ever hear me talk about, I'm going to call Mark and find out, this is the Mark I call and find out. Yeah. See, he's so talkative.
He does talk to me quite a bit.
We're buddies.
Sometimes I screen the call.
Yeah. Hey, man, my wife's in the car.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I thought I was your wife. All right. So anyways, we're here today. They stopped by to bring us lunch. We're going to see these guys, 2 weeks?
Knowledge Fest.
No,
Yeah.
2 weeks. So we'll be all at Knowledge Fest. So I just upgraded to the big, whatever, Max Pro.
Yeah,
phone.
the 3-camera iPhone.
Yeah, that thing's
fantastic.
nice.
We
Wow,
got it for this.
Yeah. Oh my
it's
gosh.
so
it's
much
way more.
wider.
Oh yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
That's a
'cause
good
what
one.
we're going to be doing at Knowledge Fest is we're not going to be doing the normal shows that we do. We're going to change it up a little bit. So we're going to be using the phone for a lot of the stuff. So I was like, I got to go buy a new phone.
I bet you were so broken up about it.
I was because it wasn't
yeah.
cheap.
Well, and I bought this phone, and then like 2 weeks later, that
Yeah.
one came out.
So
Yeah.
I traded that one in to get this one.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, because she went with me as a mistake. I go, hey, you want to go with me to the AT&T store? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, why did I do that?
So you got her one too?
No. No. This goes on the business account. So, Smash Force
See,
Productions.
at my
paid for
house,
this one.
my wife always gets the better phone.
Yep, that's
Well,
the
they
way it
get the
is in
better
my house,
everything.
too.
So they got the earbuds for Christmas. They got the watches last year. Everyone got a watch last year. Everyone got earbuds this year. Yeah, they get all that stuff. You know, I got the 3-year-old watch. I got the new phone though. Whoopee. But
It's beautiful.
I didn't make it. But I did put the yellow case on it so I could find it. That's, you know, and the screen protector. And of course it got scratched before I put the screen protector on it. Anyways, so they're here. Oh, hey, Frostbite, what's going on? Let's see, what do we got? Got any questions yet, Fernando?
No.
Okay. Hey, from
Everybody's
Buffalo.
just paying attention.
Yeah.
Buffalo, up my neck of the woods.
Yeah, because you're in what, Pennsylvania?
I'm in Philly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, I'm going to be... Are you going to ADS? The DAS show?
Yes.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know. Phil usually does that show. So
Okay.
he may do it again. I know he likes going to the DAS show.
So I'll be there this year. I'm going to go with Ant. I'm riding with Ant, but I have
that
to...
sounded strange.
We didn't meet Artie yet, so trust me, it is strange. We're gonna call it the Bro Show. We got to make shirts and all that fun
Bro
stuff.
trip?
Bro trip, totally Bro trip.
Nice.
I gotta have custom shirts made that say Bro Trip 2020.
Fantastic.
We've already laid them all out, and Artie does.
Plot
that.
all your stops.
Yeah. Well, it was actually harder than I thought it was gonna be because I was like, I just want to go and hang out.
When is the show? Do you know?
April.
Oh, it's in April.
Yeah, and I was like, I just want to go and hang out, and then, so we're gonna go to Philly, and we're gonna go do the whole like see Rocky and all
Nice.
that crap. 'Cause
Nice.
I've never been there. And he asked me, he goes, "You've been to Philly, right?" I'm like, "Why would I have been to Philly? Like, what is there in Philly that I'd be like, hey, honey?"
Cheesesteaks, man.
Cheesesteak, yeah. You gotta have a cheesesteak when you're
And
there.
a lot of historical.
I don't even.
A lot of historical.
You'll like cheesesteak.
Historical buildings.
Promise.
The art museum.
I have the
stairs
DSR
like
one.
Rocky.
Will it benefit from jumping to the audio control DSP? Really, you got to ask that question with these guys in the room? I mean, come on, man. What the heck? The only difference between a DSR one and the audio control audibly is that there is a little bit wider headroom with the audio control. No
Well,
offense.
Yeah, but
if
you gotta
he's
compare
gonna need
apples
more.
to apples there.
Oh, it's double the money. Oh, it's
Yeah.
totally
And,
double
yeah,
money.
A little
And
bit more
if-
money.
That's
It's
a
exactly
big
so.
chunk of change.
Oh, and that's yes, it's
And
double
if you're
the
gonna
money.
need more
Audio control stuff's fantastic. We love
more
it.
output.
They're our partner
Yeah.
on ARs.
I
so-
always say,
Yeah.
you know, if you look at the DSR1, for what it costs, it's amazing. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to tell anybody that it's going to be perform like an audio control.
We still have the one you sent us. That's been changed like 6 times. But then we also had another guy send us another one. So like we have 2 of them. So, I mean,
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know Eric's gonna be here next month.
Eric Russell.
Yeah, Eric Russell will be here next month.
Yeah, it's a great little DSP for the money, but
It is.
not
It's
meant
very
to compete with
powerful.
the higher end stuff.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's $270
$70,
retail. So
Yeah.
whereas
All right. So tell them who they are.
I'm sorry for those of you guys just tuning in. We have some guys here from ADS, some dudes.
Maestro.
iData
There you go.
Maestro. So they have like 3 names. Some of you might know them as iData Link. Some of you might know them as ADS. And some of you might know them as
Maestro.
Maestro.
Yeah.
So this is
Maestro
Matt,
is the road.
who is, we're just going to call him the national sales trainer and art guy and makes all the cool videos. Where
He makes all the YouTube videos for
yeah,
us.
and all the
Yeah.
cool animation. And
I
then
like that.
this is Mark. So anytime you guys hear me talk about Mark, I'm going to call Mark. I need to call Mark. I'm going to ask Mark about that. This is who I'm calling. I know. He's actually really smart. That's why he has no hair.
Yeah, it's the stress, actually.
That's stress.
I don't know anything about that.
I had hair a year ago. I mean, I don't know. Then I met you.
For
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
that's ever used the Maestro product and loves it, this is the guy that thought it up.
Yeah. Uh-huh. This guy.
It's his baby.
You're head of the department.
Yeah, it's my child.
Yeah.
It is his
That's-
child.
Yeah. So
But
this,
we have a great team, so it takes a village.
oh, no. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. So modest. Oh, so sweet.
We do have a good team.
We
Oh,
do.
you-
We have fantastic
We
tech
have
support.
amazing,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
amazing
Great
engineers.
engineers.
It's somehow I always call and talk to Justin.
The best tech
I don't know
support.
how that
Justin
happens.
Ferroni.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right near me. He
He's
lives
a
right near
great
me.
guy.
I always, he always answers the phone, hey, Dean. And I'm like, how does this happen? And I'm like,
Caller ID.
I know. No, I mean not the caller ID, but every time
How do
I
you
call,
get
I
routed
always
to
get.
him?
I always
I think
get
he
routed to
sees you
Justin.
and he picks you up out of the
he
queue.
might. He can
actually.
see it out of the
Oh,
queue.
really?
Yeah.
All right,
I love
we have
that guy.
we have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Any reason a RR1 with a 2400 NEX won't display the tire pressure on the Camaro 2011?
Using the Cam 1? What?
Is the RR using
should-
the
should
RR
display.
with the Pioneer 2400 NEX?
Yeah, it
It
should.
doesn't display the pressure. The car is a Camry.
Oh,
It's a
Camry.
Camry
Toyota.
2011.
Because it's not on the bus.
Yeah, it may not have it on the bus of that year.
It
Yeah.
just shows
Tires.
NA.
It's
Yeah,
not
it
on
just
the.
says NA.
Yeah, it's not on the bus.
Yeah.
I've actually called on that one.
Yeah, I thought you said Camaro.
Yeah,
I say
Yeah,
Camaro, my bad.
Sorry. Yeah. It's not on the
With
bus.
a
We
C.
can't read it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Camry, not Camaro. Jesus.
Hey, it starts with a C, man.
I starts with a C. A lot of things start with
Starts
C.
with a C.
This is what I deal with.
They're vastly different, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I drive a Camry. That's my car.
Damn.
Manual says it's available. The manuals say a lot of things are available.
Yeah, the manual talks about the Toyota solution in general, not specific cars. So there are some cars that we can do it in Toyota, but not all of them.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we've had that conversation before at some point.
Yeah.
And then you silently hang up the phone and go,
It's hard because there's so many different trims and so many different vehicles that, to narrow it down by a specific vehicle that may or may not do a feature is tough.
well, yeah, because I mean, going back and finding that vehicle is sometimes next to impossible. So it's like this one has it, this older, yeah.
Like in
You
Mark's,
don't hang out at used car lots.
Mark had an Edge and I had an Edge. They were exact same body, just style.
What's up?
But his did
Oh, hey, Jason.
no tire pressure,
Mine didn't have
and
digital.
mine did tire pressure. So I mean, how do you? There's really no way to differentiate which ones
I
would
don't
do
know
it.
why I'm thinking an 11 Camry should show it though.
Yeah,
Back in
I
my
don't.
head.
I don't know.
So you
not
just
off-
basically made him. Now
Yeah.
he's in.
Now
'cause
he's gonna.
Now I
He's
have to
gonna just
question myself.
It's gonna eat him. It's gonna eat him up
Yeah.
inside.
That's
until he
why I
finds
try to
an
regulate my calls when I call Mark, because I have to have a good question, because I know he's going to be like me and he's just going to sit there and stare at the wall for a minute and go,
And we've now have so many solutions that I even tell Matt I lost track of the details of everything. Now the tech support guys are way more on it than me.
I used to call him for all my questions too, but now I just call tech support.
call Justin.
Yeah, I call Justin a lot.
There you go, hi Justin. Hey, best tech support ever.
Yeah.
Hey
Not-
guys.
Justin or Dara or one of them. I usually call one of them.
All right. Hey guys.
Oh, what products do you guys use? You guys have stereos in your car?
Yeah.
You have
Right.
you have your BMW.
I have an M51 in my car with a 996 XR. I've bought some Primas.
You still have the Edge.
I still have that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because you used your Edge for your 3D mapping to make the cool.
In my Kia Soul, I've got a Pioneer
Oh, you have a Kia Soul?
8500.
How many cars do you have? Oh,
My
that's right.
kid's car.
That's right. You have a used car
okay.
lot
I
at your
have
house.
4 kids, so many cars. Yeah.
Oh, you got 4 cars.
It's called birth control.
Yeah, we're not familiar with that concept in my house.
Yeah.
Apparently not. Hey, baby, guess what we're getting for Christmas? A kid.
Yeah.
4 kids? I
Four's
knew
a
that.
lot, though.
I had 4. How many do you
Two-
have?
I have 2.
You have 2.
Mine are young. I have a 2.5 and a
Yeah,
5.
yours are old.
Yeah, my youngest is 19.
Oh.
No,
He
hey,
started
guys.
way
God.
early. I
That's
started
it,
way
man.
Dude,
early.
19, you don't even care about that kid.
He still lives at home. So
I know, but you don't care about him. You're like,
he's
you're
holed
like,
up in the basement.
Yeah, you're like,
You're like trying to
you
get
don't,
him
even,
out.
you don't even question what he's doing anymore. You're like, he's 19, he's the last one.
That's
You
awesome.
need money? Okay, cool.
Luckily, I have kids at work, so he takes care of his own money. But
There you go, man. That's awesome.
All right.
All right.
I have 4 girls. Pray for me. Oh, yeah.
you are gonna
That's
have
rough.
fun. That's a lot of estrogen.
That's not
I
gonna
have
be
a
fun.
son and a daughter, and my daughter she is like a hurricane, man. My son's-
Definitely different than some.
Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous.
I feel blessed because Haley has just been a joy. So.
I'm
yeah.
not saying she's not a joy.
Oh,
I'm
no.
just saying she gets in trouble all the time.
Oh no, but no, I don't. Knock on wood. I don't have any of those problems with that kid, man.
Yeah.
She's the best, and she travels well. So she went to audio control with us.
Oh really?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
because I was like, I'm gonna bring Haley, and they were like, okay, and I was like, really?
It's a great city to bring someone. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Seattle's fun.
Yeah. So we hung out. We actually shot 2 videos while we were there. We shot A Boring Life, which I don't know if you've ever.
I didn't see that one.
Okay, so we did A Boring Life. So we have 2 videos. We have 2 channels. We have the 5-star thing that we do here,
Yeah.
and then we do one with my daughter and I called The Boring Life, where we just take our Saturdays and we film them, and they're usually, it's like, we don't have anything to do particularly, so we just film it.
I feel like you need more than one hobby.
You mean other than, yeah.
Doing videos.
You need another hobby.
Yeah, I would agree. But since we were there, we shot a second one, just going around. Chris Bennett was in it, because he was our chaperone for the day. So we all just walked around and talked about audio control and played in downtown Seattle. So it was a lot of fun.
Right.
2 boys, youngest is a wild child. Is your youngest, Dean, can I ask a question?
One of them always seems
of course.
to be wild, and that's the trend. At least
Well,
that's what I've noticed.
I mean, I've always seen with a boy and a girl, the girl usually kicks the crap out of the boy for
totally.
as long as possible.
My 2.5-year-old is.
Yeah, they're mean, and the boy just sits there
She
like
is
that,
fierce.
like that puppy that just takes it.
Yep. That is exactly.
Because he knows it's the minute he lays a hand on her, like that's the end of his life.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's the end of his life. It's like you will come in there and he will just
Grounded
be
forever.
dead. It's like Xbox, PlayStation, all gone. What do you got?
Max is you can ask the question.
Yeah, definitely ask a question. This has been Kid Talk with.
Yeah, exactly. This is family time.
Family time.
Well, that's the nice thing about the show. What was the best sound install you've done in a 6th Gen Camaro, and what products did you use? 6th Gen. Hey, when is the new Chevy stuff coming out?
6th Gen, we haven't even started.
No, this is the new.
That's the new one.
I know
That's
it's the new one. Yeah, we did one of those already. But what about like Chevy in general, like pickup trucks?
Still coming. It's in the works.
It's coming.
Working on it.
Yeah.
That's the polite way of saying shut up, man.
It's in the hopper.
Yeah,
We're not the fastest.
Neither was Apple.
But
So you just have to say that.
It
The
works.
iPod wasn't first; it was just the best.
Yeah,
it was.
Take some time.
Oh, okay, wow.
So the best 6th Gen we've done was probably Sean's.
Probably Sean.
Sean, we did a 6th Gen, and that was all Alpine. So it had a PDX V9, a DM810, PDX F60, whatever the big 4-channel was.
Right. And Morel.
And Morels all the way around.
Good setup.
Yeah, the Morel 6x9s.
Off the factory head?
Off the factory head. It was Bose. So we'd use the DM810 we'd use the DM810 to sum in everything except for the rear mid bass, because we wanted the subwoofer because it needed 10 channels of input and that's only 8. Kept the chime, kept the center channel. We used the Stinger, their little 2x300 for the center channel.
Yep.
We used the high frequency mid range from Morel all across the front. Yeah, that was fun.
Morel?
No subs. We did a. He actually has a couple different subs that he uses.
Yep.
He has like an L7T and he has an Alpine R Type, and he just switches out the boxes. We put a plug up in the side of the trunk so that he could just put whatever box he wants in the car, whatever he's feeling, because he travels with it. He drives back and forth from Michigan to here, from North Carolina to here. So depending on what he's pulling in the trip, he'll just switch out his subwoofers.
All right. Can I use a USB-Y adapter with the MFT1?
No.
A USB-Y adapter. Why would you want to do that? It has 2 USBs. Do you need 3? Is that? I guess that would be why.
Yeah, it's like everyone wants to
if you're
going
to
to
use it for a thumb drive,
Or just charging.
yeah, or just charging, yeah. But if you're going to use it for CarPlay or something,
not gonna
it's
do
not
that.
going to do anything.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah,
So,
I don't
you know what I
either,
bet
yeah.
he's doing? He has a radio that has a single output, and he wants to occupy the dual output.
That's Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, yeah, because those things.
That's not gonna work.
It's not necessarily their end that's the problem. It's the radio's end that's the problem. Because
Right.
the Pioneer, Alpine, Kenwood, Sony, all those guys don't read through a USB hub. So when you do a Y jack, that's technically considered. It sees it. It doesn't
It
know
would
what
see
to do.
them one
with
at a time, but it wouldn't see it if you had 2 things.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
No.
it doesn't know what to do
Doesn't
with
know
it.
You
how
have to pick one. That's
So what you do is you buy and make the other one a USB charger.
Yeah.
So
Just
like
buy a cigarette plug and
yeah,
solder
you guys
on.
don't make that piece for that Jeep kit, do you? You know,
No.
dude, that thing is awesome. You guys need to look into that. You know what I'm talking about?
You talking about the piece with the door?
No, not the piece with the door. They have the piece with the door has a single USB and a charge USB.
That
and
we
then-
make that.
Okay. They make a charger that goes from, it's got your little 3 harness, yellow, red, black, and then it goes off to 2 USBs, just as generic.
It's like a
shrink-wrap
T-harness
piece.
USB.
So what it does is,
We might make that.
and it goes to the
Probably.
armrest and
I
to the
think
second one.
Yeah, I
You
think
guys
we
need to
might.
sell that, because that was awesome.
We do make that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's ours. Yeah.
I should know about this. That's
Matt,
great.
No, but
We
we
should-
don't have it separate because we're gonna put it in our jail.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
It's
but
a
no, you
separate
should
piece.
sell that for
Separate.
everything,
Yeah,
because
That's a good idea.
we were doing the Mustang, and the first question the guy asked yesterday was, "What's that one for?" And I go, "Nothing,"
Yeah.
because we don't
Should
have
make
a
it
charger
so-
Yeah,
for
I need
it.
to make sure we make it, but I remember looking at the drawings, so I'm pretty sure we do.
What
All
about
right.
the camera piece? Do you make the camera
No,
module?
camera
for
piece
that?
we're working on our own.
Okay.
Okay.
So they get that from like Nav TV or something.
I don't know where they get that.
Yeah, it's
But
bulky
that's
as
them.
hell.
All right, I have a DM608 Kenwood Exelon DDX 795. What test tone do I use to set my gains on the DSP?
Go read anything from Andy Waymeyer, and he'll convince you don't need to do that. What do you use when you're testing tones in a DSP?
For setting gains?
Yeah,
Setting gains is a whole.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not our bag.
No. Good answer.
Stay away from
Good.
that.
There you go. Very
Good
good.
answer.
That's why we partner.
Go follow Andy Waymeyer on Facebook and read, or just head over to Audio Frog. He has a whole bunch of stuff on that kind of thing. There's no easy answer to that. Is basically what we're getting at. Dean, is your arm tired yet? Actually, yeah, I have this hand over here
That's
holding
it,
this
careful.
arm up.
Yeah.
Is it time to go?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we
All
gotta
right.
go catch a plane.
One
They got to hit a
flight.
plane, so we're going to let them go. Thank you guys for stopping by. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Take care, everybody.
2 weeks.
All right,
ya.
guys. That's
Bye.
it. Bye. Need some Coke? That could be construed kind of wrong.
Wow. Let's talk about drinks. Let's talk about drinks.
So you need some liquid Coke? Okay. Isn't that crack? I don't know. Crack is whack. Ooh, that sounds like a race car out back. Wow.
That's the Lambos.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? How's everybody enjoying their Saturday? Say hi, Fernando.
Hi, Fernando.
That's so lame. Wyoming, what's up? Hey, guys. How are the both of us? Well,
We're
okay.
Good.
How do you think we're doing?
Oh, we're awesome.
Look at that. It's a Jeep. Although, one nice thing about this Jeep I wanted to talk about before we didn't talk about this anymore because it's a Jeep and, like, who cares? So check it out. So this is the Pioneer 4500, and these are the metal Alpine brackets that you get from packparts.com. So that's packparts.com, not an affiliate. Anyways, they fit. The only thing you have to do is there's this little nipple right here that you have to grind down on the other side, and then you do have to make these 3 holes bigger. As you can see, though, it's not a problem. You don't need washers or anything. You just make these 3 holes bigger, and then it lines up nice and flush and perfect. There you go. Nice and level there. Anyways, for those of you that are interested in it, and you have a Jeep, these are the parts right here. If this is backwards, I'm sorry. I don't know. But this is it right here. So it's a WRA-I207BKTS. It's the I207 side mount brackets sets assembled in the US. Anyways, so that's it. So if you go to packparts.com, you can pick those things up. I think they're like $70 or something like that. Anyways, if you have a Jeep or you have any form of a Chrysler, if you have a Dodge Ram, anything that takes the little winglets, those are awesome.
They're awesome.
Yes,
And
they're
really
really awesome. So we're just finishing this guy up here. Fernando's putting in the Bluetooth mic. You got that? Oh no,
No,
you're
not yet, no.
Not yet? What are you doing? Oh, you're running the extra USB.
taking USB.
Yeah, so we're gluing up the mic is drying right now. So you guys have seen us do that. We have a video on how to relocate your mic into there. These things drive me crazy. Well, yeah, so that's the dash is all set and ready to go. We were just waiting for it to dry. It's getting kind of cold here. It's going to go down to the 50s tonight. You excited?
It's awesome.
I'll be freezing my butt off at Disney. Hey, from San Diego. Oh, another thing I found out interesting last night, I talked to Chris Bennett. Seeing how next week, for the next 2 weeks, they are the official sponsor of the live show. It's a deal we work out when we go and do knowledge fests for manufacturers, they get 2 weeks of show time where they become, oh geez, hold on. They get 2 weeks of, shout outs and stuff like that. So hopefully we're going to get some of the new products to play with and show you guys. Not the 5-channel. We will not be getting the 5-channel. I'm sorry. I tried to get the 5-channel, just the prototype that they have, but he's like, we only have 2 left. And I was like, okay. Ethan's like, the stupid admin group is going crazy over there. It's like, you have me both. I hate those handles and Jeeps, right? I know. You know what I hate? Since we're playing that game, when you take the door off, they have these little like things that go right here that kind of look like motorcycles. I guess it's sort of like you can put your foot on it. Oh man, right there. Oh god, it hurts so bad. It's almost as bad as like when you clip your shin on the tailgate thing in the back. Oh, that's the worst. All right. Oh wow. Hey. Okay. When are you coming to LA? So we're going to be in Long Beach on February 6th. We will be okay. So that's where I was going with this. So talking to Chris Bennett last night, we will be at the Peterson Museum. February 6th, we're going to get there early, so we'll probably be there between like 10 and, I'm going to say like 10 to 2, just being optimistic here. So if you're in LA and you know where the Peterson Museum is, we're going to be in that. We're going to be in the Peterson Museum, then we're going to walk over, because I want him to see the La Brea tar pits, I want him to see the light poles, get his picture taken all Vogue style and the light pole display there. For those of you guys who've never been to LA, you don't know what I'm talking about, that's cool. And then maybe take them in the backside around the museum's backside and show him suspended rock. That way he can have fun. So if you guys are in the area of LA, that'd be a good time to hook up with us when we come out of the Peterson Museum. DMRTA Pro? Yes, Aaron. That would be nice. Do you have one? Did you get one? The only difference between the DMRTA and the DMRTA Pro is the Pro comes in a cool Pelican-style case, foam cutouts, and has all the utensils with it. So the mic, the cables, the Bluetooth dongle, all the little clippy stuff. All the stuff that we made for it when we first got it to figure out what we were doing, it comes in a container now, so which is really nice.
Container.
What's that?
It's a pretty good.
It is a pretty container. What is your opinion on Hertz DS? Oh, the DS subwoofers. I gotta be honest with you, the only Hertz subwoofer we've ever done is like the Millie. We've done the Millie and we've done the high energy subs, and that's it. That's all we've ever done. And I can tell you, we've put those in some of the smallest sealed boxes ever, and they blew my mind. Remember the Acura? Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm telling guys, like, dude, man, this thing is gonna suck. Because he gave us the specs, how he wanted the subwoofer box built. We had Sean build the box for us, and he showed up with it, and I was like, really? We're putting that in? And the guy's like, I like small sealed boxes. And I'm like, okay. And then we played it. We're like, and it only had the 5th channel from the Q Class 1005 on it, which is, minimum 500 watts, maximum's like 750, 800 watts. But dude, oh my God, it was
killing it. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. So if that sub is anything like that one, you're all good. Scooters.
Scooters.
Oh, so anyways, what I was telling you is that,
Yep, LA.
Our hotel just got kicked out of our hotel. So we're supposed to be at the Westin, which we still might be, but right now, even though we paid for it 2 weeks ago, they kicked us all out. So it's like Chris, us, Matt, the new guy who's going to be on the show after we get back, we got kicked out. We're like a mile away now. And it's like, what? So we're not real happy about that because, obviously when we go to these things, we have tons of gear, and carrying the gear around all day long sucks. So we like to, drop off gear here and there, but apparently we won't be doing that this time.
I'm going to sue the Westin.
What's that?
I'm going to sue the Westin.
Here's sue them for inconvenience.
Yeah.
So we don't know if we're still going to have the meetup in the Westin or not. We just got to kind of figure out. So stay tuned for that as it gets closer. We'll let you guys know where we're at. So we'll go on all the social medias.
So the Westin is the actually official hotel?
No, there's actually 2. Because there's the Westin, and then there's another one like where Jeff is staying. I think he's staying at like the Radisson or something like that. So it'll be one of those in downtown Long Beach. It might not even be a hotel, but we'll let you guys know. So if anyone's in the area, if worst comes to worst, it'll be the Westin. but we'll be in that area all day.
Yeah.
So Thursday the 6th is going to be the day if you're in the area and you want to meet up with us and say hi, get a lanyard. We're going to be giving away our version of the audio control lanyard, even though it's a 5-star lanyard because like we can't put their name on it. We'll have those to hand out. So when you guys come down to San Diego, I've never been to San Diego. I want to go there just for the zoo.
San Diego.
Yeah, and Alcatraz. But that's that's like driving from here to Jacksonville.
Oh yeah.
It's
can go.
Yeah, no. Okay. What's up? Sound Solutions Houston in the house. What's happening, dude?
Yeah.
Dean, do you know if anyone is coming out with a dash kit for the 2015 Dodge Charger Challengers? So I've heard rumblings of a kit, but from no one in particular, and not in like the next 6 months. So,
Right.
nothing to get excited about. What you are gonna see is so sooner than that, what you're gonna see is if you have the 8-inch radio in the car, you're gonna see a solution for that sooner. So there are companies that are working on solutions to replace the factory 8-inch radio, kind of like the MTF1 kit, and put the radio there and still have all your functionality. Going forward, that's probably going to be what you're going to see is that type of solution, not to put like a radio down low or something like that. So those you'll probably see within the next 6 months for sure. All right, let's move on. Hi guys, is Kicker Hideaway a good option for Toyota Corolla? All right, so that's the funniest thing ever. The little 8-inch, now a 10-inch, like it's being replaced as for a 10-inch. They're coming out with a 10-inch version of it. The little amplified subwoofer that goes up underneath the seat.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of any of those, but every time I do one, I'm always like kind of pleasantly surprised. Like we did an Alpine one like a month or two ago, and an F-150 or what, F-250. And like we bolted it in there like it was nobody's business. Like you could grab it and shake the whole truck. And it sounded really good. Now, back to the Kicker one. When I was there talking with Lori, and I said, hey man, what's with this thing? Why do you guys even make this? And she's like, dude, this is like one of our #1 sellers. They sell just containers full of these things. Yeah. Tons and tons of them. So I'm to assume at that point that it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah. Is it enough for you? I really don't know. But it's not too bad. I mean, it's not going to be like you put a 10 in the trunk and a big ported box, but if you just want to rumble your butt a little bit and have some feeling to the music, I think it'll be okay. I'm excited about the new Key 500, though. Stay in Hollywood. I know, right? Dude, I love Hollywood. I'm not going to lie. I love LA. I love Hollywood. I love that whole California, that whole area there. We went on vacation there for a week and spent a whole bunch of money. And, I had a blast. It was a fun time. It was all Haley set up the vacation for us, and like we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I even took the 5-hour tour to go around and sit in the van and do the touristy thing. We did everything. We went to the Chinese theater twice just to like walk up and down. We had to go find Ellen's star. We were talking about that yesterday. So lots of fun. Hey, speaking of Haley, that's not my car. Yeah, no, your car's out back, kiddo. Plenty of tents. The zoo is awesome. Okay, what's up, fellas? Colorado in the house. What's happening?
What's up?
Alcatraz, yes. Oh, okay. So Haley wants to go to Alcatraz. Okay. Does a sealed enclosure have to be tuned or just long as it has the cubic feet per manufacturer? Well, there is nothing to tune in a sealed enclosure. That's what the port is for. So no, the answer would be no to that. If the manufacturer recommends, let's say 400 watts with a 1 cubic foot box, and you build a 1 cubic foot box and you put 400 watts to it, you're done. That's as good as it gets. Now, can you EQ it? Can you put an epicenter to it? Or can you put like punch bass boost to it? Of course you can. But yeah, as far as tuning, not much of anything. It's got a 5-inch screen. Ooh. Yeah. Nothing for that yet other than whatever Metra's making. So MetraOnline.com, whatever they have is all there is for that at the moment. Okay, let's keep going here. Okay. All right. Hold on. Sorry. It's easier to turn a sub down than turn it up. My philosophy on underseat subwoofers. Oh yeah, totally. Trust me. I'm a big fan of having too much bass and turn it down than not have enough bass and have to turn it up. Nothing sucks worse than trying to get bass where bass doesn't exist. Do Focal KX2s fit in a 2017 Jetta?
Yeah,
Are we talking like a three-way set? I mean, because we got the three-way flax set to fit in there. The problem we ran into was the crossover, because it's nearly impossible to run wires through that door. And so on the three-way set, they have the crossover. On the one we did, they had the crossover mounted in the door panel. So that was, we were able to fit the crossover and all three speakers into the door. But I don't know about that particular Jetta and the K2s. So that's a tough one. Sorry. How about something custom from you guys then? What do you want that's custom? Oh, like a dash kit?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Oh, mirroring. Hey. You good? Oh, it's stuck. What are you doing? What are you doing, Fernando? Hitting the buttons?
Yeah.
Okay. We good? Did you get them? You need help? Or did you...
I'm trying to get the...
What are you trying to get?
Volume up,
Volume down.
volume down.
Okay. And this is the fun we go through programming the steering wheel controls. I don't know why. It'll
What is
come... It should be in here. It's right here. Pioneer. You want me to press the button?
Okay, let's press.
I'll press the button. I'm going to press the button.
Let's do it again.
Alright, okay, here we go. Alright, hold on, and okay, let me get like this. And go.
Alright, so volume up,
Uh-huh.
volume down,
Yep.
mute, skip,
Skip.
skip,
Skip.
source, track up, track down,
Yep.
skip,
Skip.
skip,
Skip.
answer call,
Yep. Good.
phone call, style.
Alright, you got it. That was all blinks at the end. And this has been us programming steering wheel controls. I know.
for watching.
So much
See you
fun.
next time.
Alright, hold on. Let me go back here and see what I missed. Is it easy? Alright, so we got the subwoofer guy. We'll come over here. I don't understand that one. I can't wait till you guys get to install my SCAR system. Hope you do a video. I hope we do a video too. Lasers, pew pew. Okay. DSR1 and Toyota Sequoia. Would you use the center channel? Like in my car, I have the center channel going. The DSR1 has 8 channels of output. So I guess the question would be this. If you're... I think the real question there would be center channel or active front. So if I had the option to do active front, meaning amp for the tweeters, amp for the mid, rear, sub, I would do that over a center channel. That's just my thought on the matter. How are the Rockford Fosgates P165S? Go up to the T. Spend the little extra money that it costs to go up to the T and get the T. Get the T's. Trust me on that one. Get the T's. Panama City in the house.
Up.
Focal KX2s, are they 6.5 or 6 3/4? I want to say they're 6.5. I don't know, but on the website they do give you like all the millimeter measurements. So that's what we do. I mean, I don't know. We've never ran into a situation where they've been too big to fit in a car. They are kind of deep.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got to pull it back out. You got too much. Yeah, you're pinching it. Yeah, hold on. I got it. Yeah, you gonna head up. All right. Alright, I got it. Yeah, there you go. Alright, I got it. Perfect. Just pull the red thing out so it's not on. Oh no, my pleasure. I love those fish, by the way. Got those magnets in them. Is there a show tonight? No. Okay, good question. Sorry, there is no show tonight. We did the show live last night to give that, so we're sorry. There will be a show on Monday, but no show tonight. Thank you for reminding me. Love you guys' shows and videos. Well, thank you. Thanks for answering. I'll be back with more questions. Wife's got to go home, so got to go. Oh, totally understand. Short chassis radios work much better in those Jeep dashes. You don't have to tell me. I am a big fan of short chassis radios. I like doing them as much as possible. However, when it comes to Pioneer, if you're a Pioneer fan, there's really only two radios to choose from, the 4500 and the 8500. This is the 4500. They don't make a they're capacitive. They don't make anything good that has like wireless CarPlay, you know, and a short chassis radio from these guys. So
What day is it?
today's the 25th. When tuning with an RTA, I'm learning today, are you guys trying to match a house curve? How close is good enough with a D12? Okay, yeah, we're always trying to match a house curve, so we have a general idea of what we want it to look at. So just to give you a little bit of pointer, start with, first things first, check polarity on everything, so make sure all your polarities are correct. Then add in your time, check your polarity, make sure all your polarities. Then set your crossover. All right, I recommend 24 dB. After the crossover is set, then add in your time alignment. Okay, so put the person here and have your buddy measure all your speakers for each channel. Then, after that is done, put your pink noise in and start doing your RTA for it. Start with, turn everything off but the passenger front door. Do that, take a screenshot of it, and then make the driver's front door match, okay? And then play them both at the same time, get into the car, do a little bit of final like tweaking, and then go to the rear. I also add in the sub when I'm doing just the three, so I'll do all three in the sub and see what that looks like. But that's the basics where you should be starting. When you were at Kicker, did you get to hear the new KS series components? When I was at Kicker, the new KS series components were all laying on the floor. They were actually doing some of the, it was the Gold Master version of them, meaning that this is what's coming, and they were setting up for the final listen to where Steve is going to come in and listen to them. So they didn't have them playing yet. They also had that new 412s box was sitting in the middle of the floor, and I was like, what the heck is that? And they were like, oh yeah, we're going to be selling that this year. And I was like, holy cow. Like, yeah, pretty cool, right? What's up, Mike? So I got to hold them, touch them, but they didn't have them up playing yet. So I was kind of I was kind of bummed about that. But yeah, it was a weird time when we were there. So 2017 Force Mustang with 8-inch screen. What are your preferred interfaces to keep that factory deck when wiring up new system? If it has the subwoofers in the door, okay, so if it's that 8-inch screen with the subwoofers in the door, we just do the iData makes the Mustang harness now to go directly into a DSR1, and we just do that. If that's the one. What's up, Jason? Fro in the house. Otherwise, yeah, DSP, call it a day. I have a 2018 E400 Mercedes. Could you help me with the audio color codes? Brewmeister system, not high-end. I don't have any of the I don't have the wire codes. Sorry.
No need to apologize.
Oh, there you go. She caught me, so we know it works. Okay. Yeah, she heard me say sorry. All right, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in to 5 Minutes with 5 Star. Remember, there is no show tonight. Saturday, we're going to be showless because we were live last night. Right. We'll be back here Monday on Facebooks to have a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Don't be stupid. It's Saturday night, Sunday night, Friday, whatever. Arrive alive. You know how it goes. Uber, Lyft, they're cheap. Do what you need to do. You good?
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys later.
We'll see you guys Monday. Bye.